drinking. Lie. Ding, ding, daylight. I was thinking what kind of song to write for the year 2001. Should I compose a nation building song or just blaze them politicians? But when I hear Pandey get 19 seats and he run and give a speech of victory, I tell myself something wrong, so I compose this song for kinky head people like me, because I don't understand what's really happening. For years me Crooks and Panther was busting we liver string. Well, I honestly believe the message was loud and clear, but the results from the elections proved to me stick breaking black man air. They don't hear. So don't expect me to jam your prime minister.
No, don't tell me.
I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever.
I said no, don't tell me.
Cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice. Elections gone, is you choose Barabbas in front of Christ. So if you notice your little daughter bringing home a grand, because Camilla sent she to a school inside the Bitam, and when she bring home the baby father, the man like more sex than Pandey. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I have nothing to say. My personal comments I will reserve.
You got a government you deserve.
To complain to me now, but you got some nerve. You got a government you deserve. Try my best to put sense in black man head. The consequence I was not afraid. Daphne on TV, deep in my heart I felt betrayed. Cause I remember in 1998 I got chastised when I sing my song. But if I did like game, I would have take out she name and deceitfully win me crown. UNC corrupt like hell, but Satmaraj wouldn't say so. As black man open me mouth, he find that man in should go. To these negative response from the black man, I'm not surprised, because I've come to one conclusion: today black man is his own demise. He ain't wise. So don't tell me nothing about the EBC.
No, don't tell me.
Because I know some of you vote for UNC.
I said no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me that they cancel the URP, and how you can't get work to maintain your family. So if you end up just like a criminal on the run, because all the promises that they make, they ain't keeping none. And civil servants can't get a back pay, plus yourself can't get a 10 days. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I wouldn't be amazed. My little knowledge now I must preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
To protest of them now it take plenty nerve. You get a government you deserve. From the public I get my lyrics. You just give me inspiration. You just give me the strength and courage to slaughter them politicians. But when I see you supporting Pandey and condoning all that is wrong, it's like giving me bread and a full glass of milk, then you turn wrong and kick it down. Pandey call businessmen parasitic oligarchies, but today Jack Warner and do praise the good bodies. What excuse you could have to put him back in power? If you ask Errol McLeod, he'll tell you that man was done a fork-tongue cobra. Yes, sir. Don't tell me Caroni going through hell.
No, don't tell me.
I hear what the man can drink, he planning to sell.
I said, no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me nothing about the Incogen deal. And how they never give a count for the shipload of rice they steal. But if you notice, Carlos have a brand new Beamer, and he delayed the process till he come a minister. And you hear he got millions in cutback from the Miss Universe show as a gift. Please don't stop me and ask me to confirm, because I plead in the fifth. My little crocodile tried to preserve.
You got a government you deserve.
Ask Manning how much money he left reserve. You get a government
you deserve.
What? Alles! Sugar!
Thank you. I feel sorry for loyal citizens who get caught up in the lacquer. But a fish always rotten from the head. Is Robbie and Pam put him there? Now Pandey get the taste of power. He feel that he's indispensable. Since I sing about his wife, he hate me for life, so they introduced clause 7. I didn't believe Kaisonians could be bought easily. I would like to know what's the price they pay for Gypsy. In my humble opinion, his actions was rather slack. I hope he don't say he bad lucky if a man end up riding he back down a track. So don't tell me about going back to school and learn.
No, don't tell me.
When my future was never your concern.
I said, no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me nothing about being black conscious. When your behavior proved to me you're worse than Judas. So if the PNM end up winning the court session, and you land in jail for signing false declaration, and in the night a big strong prisoner making sure you enjoy your stay, don't bother to write me and tell me that try and contact Pandey, cause the motto now in jail is protect and serve.
You get a government you deserve.
To tell me you get raped but you got some nerve. You get a government
you deserve.
Sugar! Alles!
I'm appealing to Mr. John Public. Please don't approach me at all. You have a way when government jam you. Is in my ear you want to ball. You had a chance to change wrong the system with your finger of democracy. Pandey promise you harm, but he go get your man for the next 5 years. Wait and see. I'll agree with you if you say the EBC cheat. But no voter pardon scam could give UNC 19 seats. Even though there was corruption, the margin was very small. If you people they do the right thing, Assam couldn't beat Eddie Hart at all. Not at all. Don't tell me 64 billion they steal.
No, don't tell me.
I don't want to hear about the airport deal.
No, don't tell me.
Don't tell me Dan Raj was a fugitive, and how he took 5 million when he went to New York to live. But if for carnival you see quite on in the country, and he playing mass with Omar and Helen Humphrey, and you see quite on hugging up Yet Ming while pointing at the treasury. Don't tell me he's showing him where to thief, cause that doesn't interest me. My little money I'll try to preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
Today you have regrets now, but you got some nerve. You get a government
you deserve.
What is it? One more.
Friends make jokes, say Panday looking for you, but the humor I can't afford. Cause I believe rebellion to a tyrant is truly obedience to God. So when you hear I disperse my venom, it's for me they just want to kill. But I am firm as a wall, they can't stop me at all, cause I doing the master's will. I believe was God and it wasn't Panday who say, nobody are watching. When you go to vote, put your X by the ballies, eh? But like in the days of old, my people didn't take heed. And because now of disobedience, they eat the bread that the devil need because of greed. Don't tell me your roads get bigger pothole.
No, don't tell me.
When they run quick and pave, you felt your strike gold.
No, don't tell me.
Don't tell me about the crime rate in the country. Now that we have a drunkard in charge of security. But if one day you see people running for cover, and you hear Parliament was hijacked by Abu Bakar, and they say Ramdi I'll sign the paper to make Jack Warner Prime Minister, please don't stop me at no time to explain. Try and convince Abu Bakar. My little energy I'll try to preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
To call back to you don't know, but you got some nerve. You get a government
you deserve.
What?
The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information. The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Drag your bomb, Mr. Fiddler.
I have a story for you. I said I have a story for you. I have a story for you. Well, I like that. From the time you hear la courée, you dead. From the time you hear la courée, you dead, you dead, you dead. Cause all you do move along, ooh. All you do move along, Once you hear he say, she say, you're pulling up like DJ. You wanna get it touring in all its glory. I a man don't like to disappoint, plus I got lips on your anointed to tell you the truth. So here's the inside scoop. Last election was the strangest yet. No lie. A young PM get a cocoa sweat. Ooh. When they done adding up the polls, they appoint 173 years old. Come to them, boy. Celebration will just start to knock. People pass out, can't do the work. 2 days past, the leader can't sit. Palarat say white all unfit. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, like they was drinking, boy. You either laugh cry or cuss. I say bust. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, real people's pass. Bacchanal is a must. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, cause all you do move along, ooh. All you do move along, Once you hear about tang, you're pulling up like a wagon. You wanna hear the glory. I am afraid to give you the talk. Sonia does walk the walk and say what we mean. So here's the scene. An old calypso and drink some rum. Who's that way? He start to talk like it make him dumb. That's alright. Say that these songs today is trash. I know some men only agree, no. I like he mix the rum with babash. Like he really catch it, boy. Our next artist will take for rhythm. Overstay his time in Brooklyn. Start a food business like things nice. He better watch out for eyes. When the mark burns, when the mark burns, when the mark burns. That fella is a real killer, boy. You wide a lot prior, cause I say bust, bust. When the mark burns, when the mark burns. I hope in good spirit. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, oh dead, oh dead. Cause all you to move along, move along. Move all you to move along, high. You wanna hear about Giselle, how she head not well. About Alexander and how he need altar. About how Benjamin like little children. You wanna hear how Kamala turn big warmonger. Cause all you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You to move along, move along, move along, move along. You wanna hear how Gypsy run from NCC. You wanna hear the thing down about voice not falling. How we have no crime plan from TUNC. All we in SOE permanently. So you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You to move along, move along, move along, move along. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, oh dead, oh dead. Cause all you do hey, crazy D, we're not putting no more, eh? Let them come in the tent to hear the rest. It's the vibes. We got shot them. Man.
In all your mind, all you would ever imagine that Kamala Pusapisa would be the person to redeem Keith Christopher Rowley's reputation. And it didn't take 8 months full look. That's what I'm telling you, look. That's what I'm telling you. In 8 months, the woman redeemed Keith, dog. The woman redeemed Keith. And
How much more can people take? Yes, we must get revenue, but there are other ways to create revenue streams. We have a plan to do just that, not the tax. The next UNC government will not subject our citizens to punishment over taxation and through taxation, over taxation. We will work to put money in your pockets. So you bring hope and success back to your lives. And how will we do this? We will lower taxes. I repeat, we will lower taxes, corporate taxes, and personal income tax.
And the sad thing about it is that I was here Friday before my permit expired. My permit was expiring Sunday. And I was here Friday, they told me the system down. Come back Monday, which was yesterday. And I came back yesterday now. They said that the system's still down. Come back today. And I come back today now, they're charging $6.50 for late fee. All of my appointment was for Friday and I didn't get through Friday.
Late fees for renewal of license and 6 months late and a year late and what the figure is and the word late and nowhere in the story did the news, the PNM fake news media say this is late, and they just accept that late is normal, that late is okay. Late is not okay. Late is terrible.
What's nowadays, Stephen Jeffrey? I really didn't want to go into this political thing, you know, but it's coming too direct. Now it's coming too direct. Things that I stand up for against the PNM. When I say, come out and vote, come out and vote. Who bring the merit points? Vote them out. Vote them out here. I sing that. I sing Rude Boy, remember, me Trinidad and Tobago. Me Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you, in both look here about the hustler. Them raise the gas and watch poor people suffer. Race it 3 times and then laugh like a monster. Bring the merit point to kill off the hustler. Yet still we turn wrong and fighting each other. Hope you remember this when you dip in your finger. But boy, we dip with finger. We dip with finger for change. And by it changed, it looked pretty, they removed the demerit points. And now, they're doubling everything. Minor infractions, things like blue light. You understand? Over the speed limit by 1. Double. Everything that's double. You understand? And coming a campaign against that. They lied to we. They lied to we when I was campaigning with all you. I was grandy with we in stage on the truck. If you go back in my videos, you can see me singing on the truck. I didn't get sent, I didn't ask for no money. I do that because I wanted to do it. Because it was affecting me directly. You understand? And that's what people is can do in Trinidad. When you don't like something, you have to be able to come out and say you don't like it. But you know what? When I say I don't like it, you know, still people calling me a PNM now. They're calling me a PNM now. There wasn't seen how I fight against PNM. For the same thing what UNC doing we right now. But how they could do with them thing? And all they promise on them go do them things. So we get catching them. We's all fools now. And some men so loyal. They find I should hush by. Well, I hush enough. But I don't want to be on that political thing too much on my page. This page is for music and entertainment. And let's have to vent a little bit this morning because all they raise and double the fines on traffic offenses, that is minor. Things that I have no control over. And I find it's very unfair. It's unfair. Or they're being unfair. You understand? Or they're being unfair. People vote for you. People come out and fight with all you. Or they use we to get all the PNM. You understand? Now, they're doing worse than what the PNM was doing. So,
they say when they need help, ask Faith and Uncle Rowley. Right now, we need it. What you? Nobody calling your name, nobody blaming you. You just enjoy life right now. I could be where you is, boy. I need help, yes? Way! Right, I could cry. Big mad thing. I could cry right now. Uncle Rowley, where you is, boy? Find me now, boy. I need help. I need help. I need help. I'm on it. I need it. Uncle Rowley, where you?
Drag your bomb, Mr. Fiddler.
I have a story for you. I said I have a story for you. I have a story for you. Well, I like that, eh? From the time you yell a correct, you're dead. From the time you yell a correct, you're dead. Cause all you to move along, oh. All you to move along, Once you hear he's.
Some people hate you for no reason. It's not because of who you are, but because of what they were told. People believe lie faster than truth, especially when the truth is quiet. They don't know your real spirit, they only know the gossip.
Let me say here tonight to public servants, wherever you may be, if your president succeeds in removing the PNM from office, many thousands of you will follow that by removing yourself out of your jobs. And let me tell you why. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, led most of the years by caring PNM governments, have taken on the responsibility of ensuring a quality of life for people in this country that is now at the level of almost impossible to fund beyond where we are. In a $60 billion budget, the largest expenditure in that budget is on the monthly payment to public servants wherever they might be. Every month, on average, not just public servants on the Gazette, you know, the government supports the payroll of some state enterprises. If WASA doesn't get a $200 billion from the Minister of Finance virtually every month, WASA workers cannot be paid consistently in the way that they have been, you know. But as Prime Minister, I could tell you, the hardest job of the government and of the Prime Minister is to ensure that there are revenues coming in on one side to ensure that expenditure can be supported on the other side. And nobody could give you any other equation. The singular equation that you should be concerned about in this country now is what is our revenue situation and what is our expenditure situation. If you listen to the PSA leader and the UNC and their campaign in 2025, all they are concerned about is improving and expanding the expenditure side of the equation. And to do that, to make it, honey, quoted for you, they tell you things like they will increase public servants' pay by 10%. Ladies and gentlemen, from this platform tonight, I could tell you, once a government comes in and gets on that pathway of making that kind of increase to public servants, the highway has to be labeled two ways. One, you are going to end up at the IMF, the International Monetary Fund station, and you're going to get there by the road called devaluation. And let me tell all of you something tonight. If God forbid, and there's a government in office that finds itself without revenues to meet the monthly expenditure to public servants, the one thing that government will not do is to write checks to you and then the checks bounce in the bank. Governments don't operate so. Before you get to that point where the checks will bounce in the bank, you cut the liability of requiring to write the checks. You know what that means? When the government finds itself in a position not being able to pay the payroll, ask Barbados what happened. It's tens of thousands of public servants that come off the payroll. Governments don't have you on the payroll working and can't pay you. They take you off the payroll. In this country, anybody who is telling you that they will incur expenditure that we all know the revenues cannot support, they are telling you in code that they intend to cut the public service. And let me tell you what my source of information tells me when I try to understand what the UNC is about. You know what the UNC is saying quietly and secretly? If they ever get to that situation where they come into office and they can't pay the bills that they're committed to, and they cut the public service, is mainly PNM supporters that will be affected, because the bulk of the public service is East-West Corridor people supporting the PNM.
All will benefit. We have programs, we have plans. I give you the commitment today. I will ensure that the most vulnerable are taken care of first. That is my pledge to you tonight. All will benefit. We have programs, we have plans. I give you the commitment today. I will ensure that the most vulnerable are taken care of first. That is my pledge to you tonight. All will benefit. We have programs, we have plans. I give you the commitment today. I will ensure that the most vulnerable are taken care of first. That is my pledge to you tonight.
Lie again. Lie.
I want to raise another matter of concern that people have been bringing to our attention as your elected representatives. The driving population. They're confronted daily by the challenges of navigating our bad roads and now the heavy hand of government in the licensing office. Touted as a mechanism for promoting road safety and accountability, the ticketing and demerit point system is being abused by some police and licensing officers and has become a source of anguish and frustration for many drivers across the land. Instead of instilling a sense of responsibility, it has bred fear and resentment, fueled by a lack of transparency and trust in the licensing authority. The government should review the demerit system. People are losing their license and therefore their ability to earn a livelihood because of the arbitrary behavior of some licensing and some police officers. Some of these officers seem to be on a power trip, bullying and abusing our citizens regularly. There are many videos on the internet of officers harassing drivers with no basis in law. They insult and abuse drivers in front of their families. These officers must be brought to hand, must be reprimanded for their abusive behavior towards the public. Tonight I propose a new vision for road safety that prioritizes education and rehab over simple punishment. We must advocate for a system which offers retraining instead of imposing harsh financial penalties and suspensions, except for the most egregious, the worst kinds of offenses: dangerous driving, driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Let us invest in training programs that promote safer driving habits and equip drivers with the skills to navigate our roads responsibly. We must explore alternatives to fines and suspensions. As again saying, training, education. Stop taking away people's means to feed their families. Who will feed their families when they cannot earn a living? In addition, traffic fines are too high. UNC government will reduce traffic fines across the board and implement state-sponsored driver education programs instead. What is publicly presented as a mission for public safety, you know what, is really a scheme by this corrupt, wicked government to collect more taxes for revenue collection. We cannot ignore that the licensing authorities' heavy-handed tactics, which have turned our roads into battlegrounds at daily roadblocks and traffic jams. This is not about road safety. It is yet another tax drive by this government using the licensing authority to raise revenue. So when it's not property tax, inheritance tax, online tax, tire tax, it's tax after tax after tax, and now licensing authority taxes. It must stop.
I want to start by reading a quote for you that is trending online now. Someone sent it to me and I saw it so many times. I think it's good for us to read this quote. I'm sure when I start to read it, you will be familiar with it. It says, out of hatred for the cockroach, the ants voted for the insecticide. Out of hatred for the cockroach, the ants voted for the insecticide. They all died, big on in the tail, including the housefly that didn't even vote. They all died, including the housefly that didn't even vote. It says an African proverb, but it could be a Trinidadian and Tobagonian proverb. It is so true of our situation here today.
In all your mind, all you would ever imagine that Kamala Pusha would be the person to redeem Keith Christopher Rowley's reputation. And it didn't take 8 months full look. Listen what I'm telling you, look. Listen what I'm telling you. In 8 months, the woman redeemed Kit, dog. The woman redeemed Kit. And
How much more can people take? Yes, we must get revenue, but there are other ways to create revenue streams. We have a plan to do just that, not the tax. The next UNC government will not subject our citizens to punishment over taxation and through taxation, over taxation. We will work to put money in your pockets. So you bring hope and success back to your lives. And how will we do this? We will lower taxes. I repeat, we will lower taxes, corporate taxes, and personal income tax.
And the sad thing about it is that I was here Friday before my permit expired. My permit was expiring Sunday. And I was here Friday to make the system down. Come back Monday, which was yesterday. And I came back yesterday now. They said that the system's still down. Come back today. And I come back today now, they're charging $6.50 for late fee. All of my appointment was for Friday and I didn't get through Friday.
Late fees for renewal of license and 6 months late and a year late and what the figure is and the word late and nowhere in the story did the news, the PNM fake news media say this is late, and they just accept that late is normal, that late is okay. Late is not okay. Late is terrible.
What's nowadays, Stephen Jeffrey? I really didn't want to go into this political thing, but it's coming too direct. Now it's coming too direct. Things that I stand up for against the PNM. When I sing, come out and vote, come out and vote. Who bring the merit points? Vote them out. Vote them out. Yeah, I sing that. I sing Rude Boy, remember, me Trinidad and Tobago. Me Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you, in bird, look here about the hustler. Them raise the gas and watch poor people suffer. Race it 3 times and then laugh like a monster. Bring the merit point to kill off the hustler. Yet still we turn wrong and fighting each other. Hope you remember this when you dip in your finger. But boy, we dip with finger. We dip with finger for change. And by it change, it look pretty, they remove the demerit points. And now, they doubling everything. Minor infractions, things like blue light. You understand? Over the speed limit by 1. Double. Everything that's double. You understand? And Kamala campaign against that. They lied to me. They lied to me when I was campaigning with all you. I was grandy with Wayne Stage on the truck. If you go back in my videos, you can see me singing on the truck. I didn't just send, I didn't ask for no money. I do that because I wanted to do it. Because it was affecting me directly. You understand? And that's what people is can do. In Trinidad, when you don't like something, you have to be able to come out and say you don't like it. But you know what? When I say I don't like it, you know, still people calling me a PNM now. They're calling me a PNM now. There wasn't seen how I fight against PNM. For the same thing what UNC doing we right now. But how they could do with them thing? And all they promise on them go do them things. So we get catching them, we all fools now. And some men so loyal, they find I should hush by. Well, I hush enough. But I don't want to be on that political thing too much on my page. This page is for music and entertainment. I just had to vent a little bit this morning because all they raise and double the fines on traffic offenses, that is minor. Things that I have no control over. And I find it's very unfair. It's unfair. Or they're being unfair. You understand? Or they're being unfair. People vote for you. People come out and fight with all you. Or they use we to get all the PNM. You understand? Now what they're doing worse than what the PNM was doing. So
they say when they need help, ask Faith and Uncle Rowley. Right now, we need it. What you? Nobody calling your name, nobody blaming you. You just enjoy life right now. I could be where you is, but I need help, yes? Way! I could cry. Big man thing. I could cry right now. Uncle.
Yes, it will be difficult because I cannot bring in my van to bring in the goods. So I will have to buy the goods from other vendor, from those vans and them that they sell the coconut wholesale. So it will be costing me more. So I would have to increase my price by $1 or $2 so it can accommodate for the purchase.
What
also,
do you make like in a month?
In a month, like you could say, like I might make like $10,000 in a month. You check, but that still would not be enough to pay this amount of tickets. So, and I don't know how am I going to get more time, because they tell me I only have 1 month to pay it. Or, the tickets goes up by $250 every month. So then if these fines goes up by $250 additional now, how am I to survive? So I'm working for the TTPS. I have no future here. All my earnings shall be going to the TTPS. Look, yesterday was my birthday. I told them that it was my birthday. They had shown no mercy towards me. So, which means the TTPS cares nothing about public servants.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to those of you locked on to Constructive Talk. And this is an interesting times. Interesting times in Trinidad and Tobago. And for me, I am just watching on, listening, paying attention to what's happening. What's going on with you guys? Hope all is well. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you again for being a part. We're gonna talk this evening about some of the things that is happening. In Trinidad and Tobago. And I choose to start off the program in that way because some people still can't believe what they're hearing and what they're seeing from this government. There are some people who still can't believe and can't understand what they're seeing and what they're hearing from this government. They can't believe it. You know that, right? Yeah, there are some people who cannot believe what they're seeing and what they're hearing from this government. Good evening again. Share the live. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones. Just share the live now. You know what I mean? Share the live. Let me say good evening. When you come on the live, just let me know where you're watching from. Alright? Let me know what part of Trinidad and Tobago or the world that you're looking at me from. Okay? So make sure, share the live. Share it now, man. And tell somebody to come on and be a part. Yep. Tell somebody to be a part. So, hey, Trinidad and Tobago? What's going on? Alright, what's going on with you guys? This is one interesting times we're living in. Real interesting times we're living in. And more, for me, I just remember in this.
Everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope. team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins, Trinidad wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for hope, vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins, Trinidad wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream.
All will benefit. We have programs, we have plans. I give you the commitment today. I will ensure that the most vulnerable are taken care of first. That is my pledge to you tonight.
The lie again. Lie, 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 lie.
All will benefit. We have programs, we have plans. I give you the commitment today. I will ensure that the most vulnerable are taken care of first. That is my pledge to you tonight.
The lie again. Lie, 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 lie.
My mother used to say, show me a liar and I'll show you a thief.
Well. Show me a liar and I'll show you a thief. You know, I often wonder, boy. I often wonder what it is, boy. What it is Trinidadians just want. Anybody could tell me what it is? What it is Trinidadians just want, because I want to show you something here. Alright? I want to show you guys something. And I want you all to sit back and look at this. Sit back and take a look at this.
Access all the facilities that we have to go to San Fernando for and more.
Daisy Hospital in Point 14. You know, Point 14 voted against the PNM, right? They get a brand new hospital and they voted against the PNM. Point 14. Interesting, eh? Real interesting.
The borough of Point 14 is now home to a new hospital. At the corner of Tisha and Point 14 Main Road sits the newly completed Point 14 Hospital, adding to the quality healthcare offered to citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. For the last 50 years, the old Shell Hospital served the people of Point 14, though it was not equipped to fully handle their medical needs. Now, the people will benefit from the diverse services being offered by this brand new hospital. Since the sod turning in 2015, the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago Limited was tasked with the provision of project management services for this facility. The contractor responsible for its construction was Austrian firm Vamid Engineering GmbH and Co. KG, while Beston Consulting Limited provided engineering consultancy services. This three-story structure includes departments such as internal medicine, general surgery, maternity ward and nursery, gynecology, pediatric, psychiatry, burns, intensive care unit, and 4 operating theaters. The entire facility is outfitted with a total of 100 beds and 4 elevators, all capable of bed lifting. The ground floor consists of areas such as reception, outpatient department, pharmacy department, and sub-corridors with a rehabilitation area, imaging area to include CT, X-ray, mammography, and accident and emergency. The first floor comprises of the main bed wards, and last but not least, the second floor contains the maternity ward, pediatric ward, operating theaters, and an on-call staff suite for medical personnel on duty. A staff gym, daycare area, and canteen was also included with the well-being of healthcare workers in mind. This well-equipped medical facility has 203 uncovered parking spots, above ground water storage for 96 hours, and 100% backup generator power. Occupying 175,000 square feet, this hospital aims to deliver specific services such as diagnostic and treatment, diagnostic services, inpatient pediatric and adult services, outpatient clinical services, and support services. Good news on the employment front, as the opening of this facility is expected to create hundreds of jobs for not only medical staff, but also in sectors of security, administration, consultants, custodian staffers, and even internship opportunities. Though Point Fortin is the smallest borough in Trinidad, UDECOT is pleased to deliver this major, long-awaited project to citizens, improving the quality of life provided to you. UDECOT, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. Signed, sealed, and delivered. And they voted against the government. They voted against the government. They voted against the government. Now, I listened to the news tonight, and you know what was the main topic of the news tonight? Huh? The main topic of the news tonight was about this raising of the fees. But you know what's interesting? What's interesting about this raising of the fees is that the Commissioner of Transport is saying to Trinidad and Tobago that they made a mistake. They made a mistake in the amount of money that you were supposed to pay for your new license, your expired license. They made a mistake. They made a mistake. They made a mistake. So when you thought that you were supposed to pay a certain amount, no, you have to pay more money. you have to pay more money. Listen to me, you know. Let me play the clip. If this do upset some of you, then we have to wait for something new. Okay? If this doesn't upset some of you, then we just have to hold on and wait and see what will upset some of you. Honestly.
Less than 24 hours after motorists were told of new late fees for drivers' permit renewals, officials are now admitting yesterday's figures were wrong and the actual penalties are even higher.
Transport Commissioner Clive Clark says
less than 24 hours after motorists were told of new late fees for drivers' permit renewals, officials are now admitting yesterday's figures were wrong and the actual penalties are even higher.
Transport Commissioner Clive Clark says permits expired 6 months or less will carry a late fee of $650, up from the $600 announced yesterday. Those expired more than 6 months and up to 3 years will now cost $1,750 instead of the $1,000 previously reported. Clark tells CNC3 News the mistake was an administrative error discovered late yesterday evening.
The error was picked up in the afternoon, which was after 4, right? Which licensing would have finished cash at the end of the day. So we did not want to enter into the following day with that. So immediately consultations were made with the PS, the minister, etc., for us to take the necessary steps to amend it to make sure we conform with the laws. What is the legal fee? Is it $650 and the $1,750, whether it's higher or not? We are
Clark admitted the grave error meant that hundreds of motorists who paid late fees yesterday were undercharged, but he is now imploring the public to comply with the new fees, which he said were gazetted since December. He also promised that the public will be properly informed of all adjusted fees by tomorrow, as there are more fee adjustments that motorists may not be aware of.
I've given the commitment, I know the minister gave me commitment to see if we can have that out by tomorrow. Not just these fees that you see identified there. Those fees are just about 4 or 5 of them. There are other fees which we need to ensure that the public is aware of.
Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Eli Zakur maintains that the fees had been announced since December.
And the new traffic fines, which came into effect on January 1st, are already taking a serious toll on some motorists.
One San Fernando coconut vendor says he now faces nearly $20,000 in fines, which he insists is unfair.
Chetika Singh and Sasha Wilson bring us more in this report.
6 traffic tickets adding up to $19,000. A some coconut vendor Ravi Babulal says now threatens his livelihood.
I can't even see the money to pay to fix my vehicle because it's ticket.
Babulal admits he paid traffic penalties previously and was even disqualified from driving. But on Sunday, he was left shocked and frustrated.
When I came in here to put in my coconut, it had a roadblock out there. And the police ended up chase us. And they gave me 19,000 ticket now. I find it's very unfair because that same woman had already charged me.
The most expensive penalty, using a vehicle without valid insurance, carries a $10,000 fine. The other offenses include defective tires, no valid inspection, failing to obey police directive, excess smoke, and an unsecured load.
How am I to pay this 19,000 ticket? I don't make so much of money here, so I don't know what I going to do this month. How am I going to pay this?
How long have you been a coconut vendor?
Look, I have until when the 3rd of January to pay this. 3rd of February, sorry. How am I to make $19,000? And I don't know how am I going to get more time because they tell me I only have 1 month to pay it. Or, the tickets goes up by $250 every month. So then if these fines goes up by $250 additional now, how am I to survive?
He's now appealing for leniency.
If they could have been a little lenient and give me a couple months, I would have paid, you know. But I'm certainly sure I cannot pay it in 1 month time.
Economist Dr. Ronald Ramkisoon says he appreciates the need for compliance at every level of society, but agrees that for many people it is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to come up with that money within a few weeks.
Because this kind of a fee is in effect onerous, that there should be some kind of arrangement where there is going to be a gradual introduction of these fees. There's going to be an education.
Sharon Inglefield, president of Arrive Alive, is encouraging the use of public transport as an alternative rather than risking accidents or injury from vehicles that are not roadworthy and unsafe.
From the description of these traffic offences, I think the driver and the occupants of his car are lucky to be alive. You know, if our vehicles are not safe, if we have defective tires, if we have no insurance and therefore not protected, injury in the event of a crash of ourselves and others, I mean, perhaps we should be taking public transport rather than putting lives at risk.
Meanwhile, coordinator of the TCPS Strategic Road Safety Project, Brent Batson, is reminding the public that part of the TCPS's role is to enforce road traffic laws and ensure motorists comply with vehicle and driving regulations. And he's urging motorists to obey the law. Now, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has told the public that she would consider reducing the road traffic penalties if they obey the law and road traffic deaths decreases. Sasha Wilson, CNC3 News.
What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts? 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your thoughts? Miss Inglefield say travel. Use public transport. Is public transport reliable? The only public transport that I know reliable is the water taxi. That the only public transport that I know to a point is reliable. If water taxi said leaving at 6:30, it leaves at 6:30. If it says it's coming back to something at what quarter, about let me say 5:45, it's coming to San Fernando at 5:45. The only reliable public service or public transport I know is the water taxi. So clearly Miss Inglefield, she don't travel. That is one. Two, wait is about only make a mistake. Alright. Fair enough, people just make mistakes. It's human to err. But only make a mistake for it to go higher. Wow. Wow. What's all your thoughts? 464-7003. Hello, good evening, caller. Hello, good evening, caller.
Hi, good evening, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, here now. You know, you remember all the terrible things you talk about Mr. Imbut? How Mr. Imbut is, they call him kind of name Dwens, they call him Imps, they accuse him of stealing $3.3 billion. You used to have caricature of him, make him look like some kind of little elf, you know? Remember those? Remember that, Pastor Google? Yeah, even the men and women of letters used to have a special column dedicated to him. And don't talk from Dr. Rowley and Stuart Young. I want to find out where those same individuals now who are the energy now. Come to think about it, tell me something. All those fines
Is that applied to Tobago too, or Tobago is a new?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Huh?
Yes, it does apply to Tobago too. But you said something just now, and I want you to stay on the line. Let's have a dialogue about it. You said just now that persons should where are those people who are the energy, where they're putting all those energies to vilify Dr. Rowley, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you this: a lot of persons who would have had things on social media, especially, to say about Dr. Rowley and Mr. Imbert, and I'm seeing a lot of them apologizing now. I'm seeing a lot of social media activists. I played it to the beginning of my program. Where a lot of social media activists are actually apologizing. One of them said, he said, imagine in 8 months. 8 months. It only 8 months, not even a year. Miss Bissessa has made Dr. Rowley look like a king. They are coming out. But you know what? I want to say something that might upset some people, but it is the truth. Let me tell you what I would say that may upset some people. You have to give some of them credit for coming out. Some people might say they only coming out and talking because they ain't get nothing. But the very fact that they coming out and talking says a lot about them. It takes a big man to apologize, and I saw a gentleman on a video apologizing to Mr. Marvin Gonzal. He said he has to make an appointment to go to his office and apologize to Mr. Gonzal for the things that he would have said about him. And I take note of that. That UNC people, when they're upset, or even people who would have supported the UNC, even though they are upset, they're making their voices heard. PNM people need to learn from that.
No, it's possible.
You know what I'll tell you on top of that? I'll tell you on top of that, that you see how I'll show you this example. I listened to a radio announcer this morning, and he said, when was the last time those ticketed offense and the renewing of your ID, your passport, and the renewing of your driver's permit, when was the last time those things were raised?
Get the next order too. You ever heard about you get a work now, you have to get a certificate of good character? God forbid it. You think they will jack that up too? Because I know it's $50. And it
may go to 100. It may just go to 100.
My God. They get a work. You have to fork out money. Yes. You know what's sad about it?
What's sad about it?
Because these same people will get the 18 or 19 seats, and PNM had to struggle with, at least, from what I understand, where we lost Labre and Point 14. We lost Labre and Point 14. And as far as I'm concerned, we can't even rely on the likes of Tobago East and Tobago West. They have a different mentality by themselves. And the sad thing is that PNM have been trying hard to get hold of the boundary of Sawa Lavantil. And for some strange reason, I don't really see that as a marginal seat again, I see that as a UNC seat now. Because how much years now? The last candidate that the PNM had was Iron, and someone was a well-known imam. And there was that perception out there that imam would have win over Saddam Hussein, and Saddam Hussein still hold on to his seat. Look what happened to St. Joseph too. Chelsea Hansen lost his seat. Esmond Ford lost his seat in Tunapuna, and all that taking a man who say a community center is a center for the community. We lost Sandy Grande, Santoko Sandy Grande. Well, they get rid of Mr. Monroe and we're bringing a person who's not even from the area. How can that be? It is very hard. And the sad thing about it, these people can hold up to 18 seats. Pay them at a struggle to get these seats back. How is that? How is that, Pastor Google? Tell me, give me an example. How can we get back the seats of Sawa Barrett area? How we could get back the seats of Lakula? How could that happen? You know how much it could happen in the next 5 years? Anyway, congratulations. I heard that Kingsley have a talk show program starting next week. And I see the new face for the morning talk show program for TDT. I understand that she used to be part of the ILP many years ago, but congratulations to her. Pastor Google, you have a good night, yes?
All right, thank you very much, sir.
And don't be surprised with the results of Tobago. If Tobago decide to go with the anchor or the crab in the barrel party, so be it. All right? Have a good night.
Okay, sir. I don't know. Sorry, yeah, but I don't believe that Tobago people. I believe Tobago people will do the right thing. That's just me. I believe that Tobago people will do the right thing. Right? That's just me. I personally believe that Tobagonians will do the right thing. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google. Pastor Google.
Yes, sir.
You remember Vincent and Last?
Vincent what?
I think Vincent and Last, I think they did that 40th floor.
No, Vincent Last is the man name and somebody
Vincent
else.
Last, right. Vincent Last is the name.
Yeah.
Right, 40th floor.
For me, I remember there was somebody else.
Right. Yeah, you're correct. You know, and I commend those people you are speaking about who are speaking out and who say that they were wrong.
Yeah.
And
You have to give them credit.
Yes, I must. Even though
it's last minute, even though we know that we warned Ole, we tell Ole it's like a father warning his daughter about a fella. Don't go wrong that fella. Don't go wrong that fella. Don't go wrong that fella. And you're still going around the fella. And you get pregnant. Wait for the father, I can't tell you go from here. When you catch it, you know, long time, parents used to tell the children, when you catch your cold, go and blow your nose.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when the grandchild come, the parent, the girl mother and father does love the child.
Yeah. You're more so like human being.
Thank you.
Yeah. So on that note, when you said it just you make me retract when I say I'm not accepting no apologies, because I mean, so people, I'll go back and tell my partner accept your apology, right? But you know what, man, as a big man,
big man thing. Yeah.
But I mean, people. I listen to a young lady, and she can't me on body, but she did a history. She said she was referring to Pan the time, the UNC dispensation, not People's Partnership, and now. And she referring to Pan the time in the airport project Pride in the airport, and I think she was a baby when that happened, she was born, right? And she was saying every time that happened, the UNC come and mess up the place and PNM come and fix back the place. Upon 3 different stations, right? 3 times the UNC on that people partnership now coming up to point to and pan the time race country. And she was so right, because she wasn't no old person to know that. She did not her history. And I keep telling people, if they do all the history, or they would make the mistake of voting UNC in. And she was saying, it is time these people go and don't ever come back in power. We have to see Trinidad and Tobago as our home, all of us have to live here. And we providing the best governance, man imperfect, it will have mistakes to be made.
And stop, let me stick up in there.
Yeah.
You said, who is providing the best governance?
Yeah.
Right? People, it's human beings doing it, they will make mistakes. Right? But, tall man, we who are the supporters, we as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago need to speak up.
I agree.
Because what has happened is that people did not speak up. Enough information wasn't coming to the people. The PNM dropped the ball where PR is concerned.
But
so
we were clamoring for PR faster.
Right. But the reality of it is, tall man, we talking the things then because we are in a situation here now.
Yeah.
We are in a situation here now where I saw a survey where they were asking people, if an election is called in the morning, who will you vote for? And tall man, the majority of the people in the comment section said we will want a new party.
Yeah.
You hear what I just tell you?
Yeah.
They didn't even watch the PNM as an option. People are blatantly saying we want a new party. Give me a new party. So that means, again, for me, it says a lot. It says to me that the brainwash, the misinformation that the UNC would have put out about the PNM is still rampant and still in people's mind, fresh in people's mind. Even though now they're seeing that the promises that they would have promised them not materializing. It's a whole set of lies and hoax.
Yeah.
They're saying get rid of them. We don't know part of them. But they're still saying they're not seeing the PNM as a viable option. Something wrong they told man.
And it's so sad because I want to get someone. Let me say if Michaela is in the race, if people split the vote, the UNC will continue in power. And because in this country, the reality of this country is PLM or UNC.
Yeah.
If people split the votes and say like, we want to vote Michaela might get more votes, but the PNM will lose and the UNC will continue in office.
But I personally, I am listening, Tolman, being real with you here now. I'm listening, I'm watching and I'm listening. And the reality of it is that, the majority of persons who said that they never voted before, who voted for this government, is saying that they will never ever vote for them again.
Yeah, I hear people saying that. But this could change. I've been longing to say this for a long time, but that's to take people with real coconut cross the floor, given this government. Because 8 months ago, we didn't have this problem. We didn't have these problems.
But you see, they can't cross the floor is a law after that happened.
Every like the constituency we showed earlier on there.
Point
14. Who voted UNC? They have to come out and demand that the MP stop support because the MP representing them. And that's the problem with this party politics. When the MP or when the MP become a minister, they feel on their own, they have to toe the line. No, they represent the people. The people of the constituency can call a referendum and tell the MP, this is what we want you to do.
All right. Well.
That's why we have a structure in the PNM and we have general council and we have from a party group level. So anyone, anyone who is in the constituency or the committee could instruct the MP, this is what the constituency wants to tell Malaysia that. And he has to go and tell Malaysia exactly what the executive wants, what the constituency wants. He can't say what he wants.
I hear you.
He or she.
I hear you.
And that is what I'm saying. Like point 14, that they have to demand from their MPs or from their ministers what they want. And if they say to cross the floor.
All right.
Tobago, when Sally lose, in the Tobago people can say the same thing. Cross the floor. It's have a way to government. You don't have to stay 5 years and take this. It's have a democratic way to the government for some world. And the government to say so long, but I just don't want to come out and say it. It have a way democratically. If the people cross the floor and they lose the seat that represent them, the government will collapse.
All right.
They have to do it because I'm positive sure that they have ministers who in the UNC does not agree with what is going on in this country today.
Let's see how it go, Tolman. Let's see how it go.
All right.
Let's see how it go. I hear you.
Here we go.
So I compose this song for kinky head people like me, because I don't understand what's really happening. For years me Crooks and Panther was bust.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, I don't call back again. Tolman, I think that is wishful thinking. Let me be honest with you, right? We know the type of government that is now in power. These people hate the post system with such a passion. They will change the constitution and change first past the post to proportional representation. They have been talking about proportional representation for the longest while. So, Tolman, I understand where you're coming from, but let me tell you something. Before they call general election, them going to change the constitution and change our first past the post system to proportional representation. Because as far as they're concerned, they feel that the East Indian community is the majority based on the so-called questionable census we have.
But just remember, when they would have tried that the last time, they got a pushback, eh? And I think with all these things that they're doing now, they will get a pushback at their life.
Right.
So while you thinking that, because let me tell you something. I'm looking. I saw where on the Bharat page today, I don't know how true it is, where they're planning to make amendment to the constitution for the SOE. Right? My thing is that is where they're looking at the end of the month, January. They're looking at making amendments so that the SOE they could put it in different communities and they could lock up whoever and they could do whatever. I am saying tonight, at the end of the day, we have to, just like in 2010 to 2015, we would have shown our disgust.
Okay.
So while you might be thinking that, hey, at the end of the day, them have the majority. Yes, they have the majority. Yes, they could bring the laws. But if the citizens say no, like how the citizens telling her no, and she trying her best now to see how long she could hold out on reversing those ticket fees, because those ticket fees, because let me tell you something, she said 6 months. She said 6 months. You feel she not hearing the people and them? She hearing people, but right now she testing the waters.
Of course she's testing the waters.
You get tired, brother. The people have a say. And if they give PNM the majority in the parliament, all them laws that they come and put on the people, you feel they wouldn't give PNM a majority to reverse it? But what we have to do is to educate the people.
Well, possibly that is true. That is true. And the sad thing about it, as well, like I say again, I reiterated, these people have the 18 and the 18 and...
Yeah, well, you can't get away from that. You can't get away from that. Trust me, you can't get away from that. We need, and I hear you, but to be honest with you, you cannot keep harping on that. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of UNC people who are upset.
And let me tell you something. I also looking at the mixed population with our cookie I myself. I know you may agree to disagree. There are certain people who have African blood in them. They're considered more African, but they don't see themselves African.
But we don't care about them. We don't care about them. I'm not even focusing on them. Here what I'm telling you. Let us hear, but it may be the facts, yes. But at the end of the day, in slavery, it showed us. In slavery, it shows us that there were always the black people who were for massa, and there were black people who was for freedom. And the black people who were for freedom were not trying to convert or were not trying to convince the people who was for massa. The people who for massa, oh, let's stay with massa. But you see, we who are with freedom, we running in the fields, we running through the rivers, and we breaking free. Let me tell you something. I come from a generation like that, you know. I come from a generation where the freedoms, they call them the underground railway movement, with a woman by the name of, they used to call her Moses.
Harriet Tubman.
Thank you. You feel Harriet was studying the slaves in the who was for massa? No. Who for massa? For massa. Who for freedom? For freedom. Who for Trinidad and Tobago? For Trinidad and Tobago. Who for the UNC? For the UNC. That is it. Let them go the way. I'm not trying to convince people like Kingsley and Harry and no. Let me leave them. We going home. We going free. We set themselves free. But they will get a shock of their life. Let them continue. UNC will get a shock of their life. When you see Fally lose this election, it may just wake them up. Wait. Have a good night, caller. What me now?
Bustin' we live a string. Well, I honestly believe the message was loud and clear, but the results from the elections prove domestic breaking black man air. They don't hear, so don't expect me to jam your prime minister. So tell me, I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever. I said no. So tell me, cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice.
Elections. Ever imagine that Kamala Pusapisa would be the person to redeem Keith Christopher Rowley's reputation? And it didn't take 8 months full look. That's why I tell you, look. That's why I tell you, in 8 months, the woman redeemed Keith, dog. The woman redeemed Keith. And
how much more can people take? Yes, we must get revenue, but there are other ways to create revenue streams. We have a plan to do just that, not the tax. The next UNC government will not subject our citizens to punishment over taxation and through taxation, over taxation. We will work to put money in your pockets so you bring hope and success back to your lives. And how will we do this? We will lower taxes. I repeat, we will lower taxes, corporate taxes, and personal income tax.
And the sad thing about it is that I was here Friday before my permit expired. My permit was expiring Sunday. And I was here Friday to make the system down. Come back Monday, which was yesterday. And I came back yesterday now. They said that the system's still down. Come back today. And I come back today now, they're charging $6.50 for late fee. All of my appointment was for Friday and I didn't get through Friday.
Late fees for renewal of license and 6 months late and a year late and what the figure is and the word late and nowhere in the story did the news, the PNM fake news media say this is late. And they just accept that late is normal. That late is okay. Late is not okay. Late is terrible.
What's nowadays, Stephen Jeffrey? I really didn't want to go into this political thing, but it's coming too direct. No, it's coming too direct. Things that I stand up for against the PNM. When I say, come out and vote, come out and vote. Who bring the merit points? Vote them out. Vote them out. Yeah, I sing that. I sing Rude Boy, remember, me Trinidad and Tobago. Me Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you, in bird, don't care about the hustler. Them raise the gas and watch poor people suffer. Race it 3 times and then laugh like a monster. Bring the merit point to kill off the hustler. Yet still we turn wrong and fighting each other. Hope you remember this when you dip in your finger. But boy, we dip with finger. We dip with finger for change. And by it change, it look pretty, they remove the demerit points. And now, they doubling everything. Minor infractions, things like blue light. You understand? Over the speed limit by 1. Double. Everything that's double. You understand? And Kamala campaign against that. They lie to we. They lie to we when I was campaigning with all you. I was grinding with we in stage on the truck. If you go back in my videos, you can see me singing on the truck. I didn't just send, I didn't ask for no money. I do that because I wanted to do it. Because it was affecting me directly. You understand? And that's what people is can do in Trinidad. When you don't like something, you have to be able to come out and say you don't like it. But you know what? When I say I don't like it, you know, still people calling me a PNM now. They calling me a PNM now. There wasn't seen how I fight against PNM. For the same thing what UNC doing we right now. But how they could do with them thing? And all they promise on them go do them things. So we get catching them with all fools now. And some men so loyal. They find I should hush by. Well, I hush enough. But I don't want to be on that political thing too much on my page. This page is for music and entertainment. And let's have to vent a little bit this morning because all they raise and double the fines on traffic offenses, that is minor. Things that I have no control over. And I find it's very unfair. It's unfair. Or you're being unfair. You understand? Or you're being unfair. People vote for you. People come out and fight with all you. Or they use we to get all the PNM. You understand? Now what they're doing worse than what the PNM was doing. So
they say when they need help, ask Faith, Uncle Rowley. Right now, we need it. What you? Nobody calling your name, nobody blaming you. You just enjoy life right now. I could be where you is, boy. I need help, yes. Way! Right, I could cry. Big man thing. I could cry right now. Uncle Rowley. Where you is, boy? Fine, man, boy. I need help. I need help. I need help. I'm on it. I need it. Uncle Rowley. Where you?
You decided to swing, say you suffer under the PNM. And in the driver's seat you want a new face. Let them have their honeymoon, we're not going to hurry them. We're willing to grant them a period of grace. But some say it's months they're spending. When is this grace period ending? Others agree to trust the process. Some confounded, some with reasons unfounded. But here is the issue I want to address. How do you feel in your new coat as you sit in your lifeboat with clipboard and pen in hand taking note? How do you feel in this era with fake news and hysteria? Are you wishing you could cast a new vote? Do you feel like a winner? Are you pleased with your returns? Is there a crafty spinner whose deliveries twist and turns? Do you feel victorious? All life now seems torturous. I want you to search deep within. Tell me, do you feel like you win?
Do you feel like you win? Is what the song asking you. Do you feel like you win? I played that to start the program earlier on. where they actually recognize it. The man say it. Can you see, imagine that 8 months. 8 months it take you. 8 months to vindicate Dr. Rowley. 8 months. It even take you a year, 2 years, 8 months. But as one radio announcer said earlier, some time ago, let them put on the hard measures now. So when they put the hard measures now, people will forget. People will forget. That's the perception. That once these harsh measures are put in place early, people will forget. That's what they believe in. They believe that you will forget. That's what they believe. They believe that coming down to the last term, they dish out some more food, they add 5 to that 10. Even though people might lose their jobs, they might add 5 more to that 10. And you see, I get a 15% under the UNCV. Me studying all, you know. And that's the perception that they believe will happen. You understand what I'm saying? Trinidad and Tobago. But taking only calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? Tell me now.
To swing.
And you know what's sad about this is that there are people jumping in the calypso ring, you know. Well, you know that? It are people jumping in the calypso thing and attacking people like what's your name? Mr. Shaq. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Pastor Guru.
Good evening, sir.
It's damn good to all.
No, don't say that.
Okay?
No. I don't mind you saying, listen to this. While I hear you, and I understand what you're saying, right? But at the end of the day, those people, we need their vote, you know. The PNM need their vote. Let's be real. The people who stay home, we need their vote. The people,
100 and something thousand.
Yeah. I mean, we need their vote.
Right.
And if we tell them who stay home, it's good because let's stay home. And they say, well, all right. Well, then I don't go through pressure already. Let me voting again because that only telling me it's good. You have to be careful now. Because we remember politics. All right, let me show you an example to you. We're watching what's happening in Tobago.
Wait. Stick up in. I'm not saying it's good for those who hadn't voted. I said that it's good for those who vote UNC and they're feeling the pressure now.
No, I agree with that.
They I'm speaking about.
Okay.
Because reality hitting them very hard in the pocket.
But not them alone, right? You know. It ain't in them alone. It's in people who vote PNM too.
Well, everybody.
Right.
But them who vote for them, for the UNC, feeling it more. Right? Because they thought they would have got a safe haven.
Right.
That's why they vote for them. That's the reason I said it's damn good for them. All of them who vote for UNC. Because the UNC are no damn good, excuse me.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. All right. Okay.
Zip up your closet down. Say too many ghosts in town. And we listened to your staunchest defender. But I sure when you're picking rice and it have black head, you don't throw the whole basin down the drain. Because we know it's worth, we do some sifting instead. So with that defense, you better come again. You could send your best spinners, but there are no winners. When you shut down programs completely, innocent people want to earn.
So taking your calls, 464-7003, 464-7003. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, good evening, my brother inside.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yes. I mean, all things considered. I was listening to you today and I hear the commissioner for licensing. So that they made an
error. They made an error.
Yeah,
so you have to pay more. So that means you have to pay more.
No, well, I started smile one time in the Google because I say, well, you know, I say, boy, we make a mistake, sorry. It's really a little 150. The man increase it too. They increase it to the Pastor Google.
Of course.
Pastor Google, I want to say something. The caller who called a while ago, and I feel his pain and I understand what you were saying. And then I realized that you started to let him know, hey, you can't move like that, because I think it was alluding to the fact that we still need them to be a part.
Of course, we still need them.
Yes. We'll need them. And I have a friend of mine, he don't vote at all. He said, he don't vote at all. I don't vote at all. I set up a PN, I set up a PN, so I set up everybody. I'm not voting. But you most vocal, we should be talking today, he most vocal about the things that happen right now in the country, especially with the tickets sharing and the rates and the fees that people are paying. I said, but if this thing like lotto, if you ain't choke a thing, you can't win it. Some of the biggest politicians in this world is people who don't participate in politics at all. If you decide to withhold your vote, Pastor Google, you decide to not be part of the democratic process, you are in turn being part of the process indirectly, because your say, your finger could have made things differently for a lot of other people. No, you have the right not to do it. You have the right to stay home. You have the right to not complain and sit down and take what you want. But how much of it are we going to take? How much of it are we going to take? You have the man, and you know what? I kind of angry at myself too, because all these things that are happening now, Pastor Google, these are things that were ordained already. You know, when they had the reading of the budget, all these were part of the budget that were there unheard, unsaid, and it's only now it's coming to fruition. The people, there's a saying that normally comes across in 1995 where they say that a country gets the government it deserves in a way. We really deserve the UNC, right? We deserve all this hardship, right? I don't know. I think we probably did something really bad in our past life, and the creator saying, you know what, so that's why because what are we doing? How are we getting out of this? I can't wait for the next 4 years. I can't wait for the next 4 years.
Oh gosh, the caller asking what we do. You don't deserve this. You really think you don't deserve this, boy?
No, boy, no, good. I am a law-abiding citizen. The Prime Minister says if you're law-abiding, this is not going to affect you. And it is because I'm a law-abiding citizen. I want to make sure I renew my permit on time. I pay more money. Oh God, what are you doing? We Pastor Google are going in. Let me go listen. Go on. Take care.
Thank you very much, caller. The man say what we do to deserve this. What we do. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you all a taste of all the new Calypso songs. Again, you a little taste. So this one is from Mr. London. What's his name? Oh gosh. The young man who win, he won already. I'll remember his name just now, but this is Mr. London.
So now I'm watching how families move today. Some preaching love, loyalty, and grace, when deep down is only hate. A stranger who's passing by will treat you more like family. So between you and me, this is what I see. What a taker than blood. The ones outside show more grace than who you grew up with face to face.
No peacemaker. There's not Brian. This is his nephew. It's his nephew, not this is not Brian. This is his nephew. I'm trying to remember his name though, but the name of the song is Blood is Thicker. And he really saying blood is thicker than water. Alright? So that I will remember his name just now. I'm seeing songs from Lady Gypsy and all of them sending me the songs to play on constructive talk, you know. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor. This is Point 14.
Hey, Mr. Point 14, what's going on?
Okay. Yeah, Pastor. I was been to Canada, and Canada laws, this trafficking is very ridiculous because every motor vehicle has the intention to blow up at any time. It has fuel, it has oxygen, and it has heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have, let me say, a light to a windscreen break or something, so they give you 24 hours.
Right.
To go and repair it, and then you come back because they might be receive the ticket look you repair it. If you don't do that, and the whole day the next day, that is a big problem. God has to come to save you. And I find this traffic thing is very ridiculous. Pastor, do I tell you something? If I get a ticket for ID light or something, I'll go and sit down in the jail.
No.
I will be children pay.
No, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that, Papa. No. I'm not accepting that. No, man. What I'm saying is, contest it.
Yes, well, what's in contest it? That's what I mean. I will contest it.
Right. Don't go in the jail and sit down now. Please.
Right. iPhone 14, no card. Those your trunk and then the bus labor right in front the MP officer at the road. I dropped my car in that day. My whole socket, everything was me. Right in front of the MP officer labor, right on the stretch. Right? When you're driving to labor, you're driving to point something in the backward and then all your trunk light only going up and down. Then light and then blue. Somebody has to tell you your back light blue. So what are you going to put a wife for your daughter in the back of the car to watch you like if you're coming from Port Spain? These people are the more realistic. These people don't think about going away and going all about and going about, and they don't know the laws that Canada and all them kind of place. What they're supposed to be, this is supposed to be in place. The people in J 24 hours to fix our light, J 24 hours to big car breaking glass.
Right.
Or something.
Right.
But this thing getting well out, and I tell you, sometimes we're watching it, but I rather go and sleep, but I start to watch it because it's knowledgeable and really treating people. I see you play them thing and I was in a position once where I knew the night with Reverend Soul when it was $9, and we also go down the road and only 10 days and things to come out of that and then to come back into this year now with these people who live with all them sister cookers and live like I'm watching people now. I want to cry. What are that nobody people the grandmother pension, the thing NIS. And that would survive, it has nothing his grandparents who seem to children.
Wow. Wow.
Pastor, if you watch himself right now, his grandparents and who help out the grandchildren, some people can't even leave the house.
Wow. That says a lot, eh?
Yes, I tell you, Pastor,
that says a lot.
Pastor, I was there, honestly. My daughter's working on things now. Honestly, they're working. But I remember when I got you something, I was 2 pounds of sugar for me, I 5 pounds of sugar, and come to in that. So I know what that is to feel like. I wasn't, and I wasn't talking about the ticket about expiring ticket. These fellows never touch up with our time in life here. But I didn't have my best like that, and it's still never done.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, bless.
Thank you very, very much. It's really bad, you know. People don't understand what's going on out there, you know. I don't think people understand what it is really going on out there. People still believing that, you know, it's normal. It's normal. You know, there's this young lady sang a song, I don't know by, what's her name? Alana Sinnett. Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, sir.
To you and everyone in Trinidad and Tobago and the world. Is it SOE will be on for Carnival Monday and Tuesday?
When is Carnival Monday and Tuesday? I don't even know.
I just want to know if the SOE is going to.
If it's after, if it's in February, well, the SOE is ending in January.
Oh, it's ending in January. Oh, okay. Well, then it's good. You'll be off. All right.
But they're coming with something else. But they are coming with something else to replace the SOE. That is the word on the ground. That is the leak document. Leak documents are saying that they are coming with something that what Andrew Holness and they would have done in Jamaica.
What are they doing?
But Andrew Holness and they would have done for the when they had SOE and in certain parts of Jamaica. So what the UNC is planning to do is maybe interfere with the Constitution. Remember, when they were in 2010, they would have done something where they had a SOE, but that SOE is in certain parts of Trinidad and Tobago, a partial SOE or whatever. I think they are changing the Constitution so that they can do something like that in after January.
Everybody want to do cook using everybody fronting with something here, and behind it is a cook business going on. Real gangster thing. They fronting with government, putting government in front and doing all kind of wickedness.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy, it's wickedness going on right through.
Yep, let's see how it go.
Alright, there's that.
Alright, man. Okay. Alright, so the number to call is 464-7003, 464-7003. Hello, good evening. Well, they're cutting off Alana, but they don't want to hear Alana song at all. I don't like it, but I played it because you all need to hear. Hello, good evening.
Hey, pleasant good night, Pastor. If you want to continue playing this song, I'll call back, you know.
No, you go ahead, man. Callers are important to the program. Callers is to show that there are persons listening.
Right on. Will agree. 100. Pastor, I have a contribution I want to make tonight.
Where's that contribution? Tell me.
With the revelations of what is happening and the leak documents, what you said.
Yeah. You saw it?
I got a view of it. Also, I mean, you're giving little snippets, right? So I'll give you the privilege to see it. Right?
What's that?
But I saw what you're talking about. Well, what you was just describing to the caller, Andrew Bruce from Jamaica, they did something similar.
Yes,
right?
yes.
They went to the I think there was a judgment from the High Court that had to stop that process.
Really?
And that's why yes. It was recorded on news. They went to court with that. So they had to stop
Who went to court with it? The opposition or the citizen? A lawyer?
I think it was individually done by a collective group. I am not so sure, but I was told by someone today and mentioned that was going to. No, that is.
So what we will have to do is then, caller, is get my father involved. So what we have to do is, because remember he's a constitutional lawyer too. He is versed in the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, and I think that would have would have contested something at one time with the UNC in 2010 when they would have called an SOE, and there were some things that they would have done, and he would have contested it to the court. So let's see how this goes, man. Right. Interesting times ahead.
Let's see how this goes. What I want to say, based on that too, now you talked about the communities that might be affected. Let us be aware, we're not seeing no Indian communities in that. We are seeing African communities. I saw the communities that could possibly be touched, right? So to your callers, I'm going to say this, it is African communities that is going to be touched. I want to put your viewers on notice as well too. And this is include myself. Earlier this year, we saw in the budget that money was allocated and it was raised incrementally for the UNC controlled boroughs and districts or regional corporations, not so? So today, I was looking through a book called Powernomics, the National Plan to Empower Black America. If anybody wants, it's written by Claude Anderson.
Anybody who know Dr. Claude Anderson, they know that I would have interviewed Dr. Claude Anderson already on 91.9, you know.
Well, if you could get him again,
he's in well, you know. He's very, very old. Eh? He is very, 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 very old. Dr. Claude Anderson is very, very. I don't know. I must call his son and find out if he's still cognizant of what's going on. But I know the last time I spoke to him, he wasn't, you know, as you know, cognizant as we want. Yeah. There was a bishop who used to be on with me by the name of Bishop Divertile, and Bishop Divertile was pushing for I try to remember the thing that he was pushing for, and Dr. Claude Anderson back in his time in America was the one who would have advocated for that specific thing in America.
Okay, so what I want to show the connection is, in his book, he was saying one of the ways the supremacists, well, I'm not being racial on your show, but I'm being accurate. The white supremacist governments, what they did is a similar measure of what we are seeing this current administration do. What you do, you weaken the black communities here, defund them, right, of money, of taking care of their environment, possibly taking care of their schools, to run their public educated schools, so you run it to the ground. That is what this UNC, the tribalistic party, is currently, and I give them not credit, I'm not going to say give them credit, but that is what they're going 100% doing right now. Also, what alerted me to say this, today I saw an old video was running online where they show people protesting in Port of Spain. All these are devices the UNC is running out there to test the society.
I saw that video with the protest in Port of Spain to see yes, and there are some people who believe that it was something that was happening at that time.
Correct. But the host people of those pages, it is a device. All of them are UNC assets. It's a device.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it to test the waters, to see.
Waters. That is what they're doing. And the UNC plan is going into motion by suppressing us with these traffic fines. Just imagine you opening a large highway throughout the country, right? But you suppressing the nation to drive on the road with tire tax and all of this. Lastly, before I go, because I know other callers want to call in, right? You know, the corporation, I think it's Mrs. Akila Glasgow Warner, right?
Yes, when she did a live this evening, dispelling the lies of the Mr. Fix-It man.
Exactly. Now, I didn't get to tune in, but she had a post that had me thinking, because I follow her very goodly. And she put up a post where she highlighted all of the things that the UNC would have taken us back 20 years in their ruling from 2010 right? I'm just pulling it up here. Just sorry for the stuttering. I'm just trying to pull it up. I had it up in front of my face, right? So she pulled, I'm not going to read out all, but the few things where she said they drain the treasury, the life sport, EMBD, Section 34, the fire truck, the helicopter, the NGC, 16 billion accounted for, the 500 million cotton notes missing. This was all in what the PNM inherited in 2016, right? And in her last paragraph, she said the PNM fought a hard fight to stabilize the country. And then bam, COVID-19 took place, and everybody knew the struggle. She commended the agriculture investments of the PNM at the time, and they were able to give out grants, right? They were able to give out grants. And what happened in 2025? Our people, our African people, went and voted against that. But I am telling you, this UNC on your program is the same thing that the author of the Power of Economics, right, Mr. Warner, right, he is suggesting to us. This is what their plan is to do. They are going to cripple the African mind in this country. I do not care which UNC person tell me I sound racist, but it is evident. You all did it in 2010 to 2015, and you're going head first with it, and you're going strong, you're going proud, and you don't okay because you're a tribalistic party. You're a tribalistic party.
Yeah, man.
And for last part, sir, I want to just say, I want to give you this little quote. It's from a song from a rap group called Public Enemy, and I want to put this for the 100,000 people who did not come out to vote. Yet our best trained, our best educated, best equipped, best prepared troops refuse to fight. As a matter of fact, it is safe to say they would rather switch than fight. Have a very good night, Pastor, and thank you for making me send my contribution.
You're welcome, sir. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Caller. Hello. What's happening here? Caller, call me back, please. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, national community. First of all, I want to apologize for not saying to you and the other listeners, chatters, callers, Happy New Year when I first interacted last night.
That's all right, man.
No, good manners and good wishes demand that I should have done that. And I wish everybody all the best for the year ahead, even with all the challenges that we may face. But once we come together as a community and we remain steadfast, we shall succeed. I want to commend Pastor, our young brother, for his insightful contribution and his observations. And I would say that once he and others continue along the path of education and wanting to see the best for our country, I have hope that we could only get better. Right? You know, on what you share with the 19,000 ticket holder, something was said very interesting. I hope people would observe what they said. But the man admitted that he was disqualified from driving. And you also admit that he had tickets from before, right? So what that tells me is this is a serial offender. And if as he said, he makes 10,000 in sales, he has very little excuse not to have brought his vehicle to a roadworthy standard. And it also says that he was a recipient of corrective action via the much maligned demerit points system. Isn't that so, Pastor?
Yeah.
And you see, supporting and voting for the current administration, people are realizing that is not who they thought would be suffering. Because we all witnessed the chaos over the last 2 days about the licensing office activities. You're seeing people saying that they were given their appointment date for Friday gone after the holiday. We fully well know how the public service operates in Trinidad and Tobago, who was coming out to work on Friday and to do any work at all. You understand? But that was the day the man got. When he reached now, you had to pay the fee. And that will happen to a lot of people. You understand? Where they would get their appointment date and they wouldn't be able to avoid the exorbitant fees. But you know what I'm thinking about as I'm talking to you? My mantra, out of hatred for the cockroach, the ants voted for the insecticide. They all died, including the housefly who didn't even vote. You know, we lost 2 significant members of the PNM over the last couple of days, right? Dr. Hart and then former Senator Deodat Oja Maharaj. And you know, I remember when you were in the other place, the people who came on after you in the evening, saying all them old PNM had a dead. They had a dead. They was calling for them to die. Mother Tuna Puna, Barataria, Mr. Chance, they had a dead. But you know, when these people die, where is dying? Our rich history of service before self and service for community and love of country. And when that dies, what's the alternative? What we are now in governance? Are there anybody to tell me that is a better alternative to what we had? This month, the PNM will celebrate its 70th anniversary. This year, our country will celebrate its 50th year as a republic. And funny enough, like when we celebrated the 60th anniversary of our independence, look who is in office. You think they would pay any attention to that 50th anniversary or give it the pride of place it deserves to be? Because I wanna remind people about something. There's a certain element in this country who didn't want us to get independence and who hated Dr. William for making us a republic. And the people who are in power, the Prime Minister especially, were people who sat at the feet of these people and ill-concated and incubated a different narrative about Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago as after 1962 and coming into 1976. And I think that there's something that we can't let fall by the wayside. I would say for our 50th anniversary, every one of us who commit to this country and our 50 years of being a republic is think in themselves to make up the 50 years, 50 things that made a difference in their lives, in their personal circumstances. That was an improvement for Trinidad and Tobago. I think if we could come up with that, we would realize the perilous times we are in now and that we may yet face. But what civic engagement, and more importantly, the civic engagement in exercising our franchise, what taking it for granted could lead us to. Thanks for the opportunity, Pastor.
All right, thank you very much for calling in and sharing your view on constructive talk. Yeah, you know, so I'm trying to find only. I'm trying to find Mr. Shaq Song, boy. I hear Mr. Shaq Song bad, you know. Yeah, I hear Mr. Shaq Song getting on real bad. I hear people they want to play it because they find it too strong. Anybody out there know Mr. Shaq Song? You can send it for me. I want to hear it. I want to hear Mr. Shaq Song. I want to hear Mr. Shaq Song. Let me take in this caller here. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good night, Pastor Guzu.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Alright, it really have a delay with the television.
Yes, it is because of internet. Remember, internet. It wouldn't lie. It wouldn't stream.
Yeah.
Thing. But go ahead.
I'm calling to make a couple points on your topics tonight.
Yes, sir.
Big one being the penalties for the renewals.
Right.
And I do think the authorities, firstly, we deal in police, licensing, and even the traffic wardens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think these people understanding the mental pressure that the society in itself is under. We are in a situation where a young man, if we can reflect a couple months ago, a young man lost his mother. He eventually committed suicide.
Yes, a police officer. Yeah, a police officer.
Him.
Yeah.
You have a situation where tickets are being shared, and this coconut vendor is the second guy I saw a video of who said he got a ticket for expired insurance, and he said his vehicle was insured.
Yeah, I saw a video with another guy who expressed that view, and that's why he said he will be contesting the ticket.
So I am wondering, what are these people looking at in putting together these scenarios? But put all those things aside. What I look at is we have a weekend in this country that is Easter.
Yeah.
That is basically a 5-day weekend. No,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days.
Right. What happens? Well, firstly, let me ask you, Pastor Google. Are we back on appointments only for renewals at licensing office? I don't know. Alright? Asking for a friend, actually. But no, putting all that aside, what happens to people who find themselves in that situation where their permit may be expiring over, let's say, like the Easter weekend or any long weekend, because it could be Labor Day falling on a Friday or a Monday, that kind of thing, Corpus Christi, any of those days that could fall as a working day in the week. What happens if somebody tries and they find themselves in that same position where the system is overwhelmed on the day of renewal, and you are now telling this person the next day to fork out this money, which clearly they would not have budgeted for, on an expense that is beyond their dealing with.
But there's a story. I don't know if you saw the video with a gentleman. Friday, his license expired on Friday.
Yeah.
He went in on Monday to renew his license. When he went in on Monday to renew his license, they said to him that his system is down. He need to come back today. He went back today, and they charged him for late for coming to renew his license late.
And I am saying we need to revisit these things.
Thank you.
I'll tell you one story, Pastor Google. I have an uncle who lives abroad, and he gave me a story a number of years ago about a situation in the city of Montreal where he resides. And he says, if the police come on their regular patrol, so you have a police officer who is doing road patrol, let's say we use in Trinidad, his patrol is drive up Henry Street from Independence Square north by Church's Chicken there. He drives up Henry Street on patrol, looking at the behavior of the people, pickpockets, chain snatchers, phone snatchers, that kind of thing. He drives up to, let's say the top of Gordon Street, comes down Frederick Street. That is his patrol block, right? If he sees a car parked on the wrong side of the road, this is what my uncle told me is the procedure in Montreal. He will come and mark the tire wall and mark the road with 190-degree line. And he continues making his block. If he comes back and that chalk line is where he marked it, then he will issue the ticket. If the chalk line is not aligned, he marks the tire again because the vehicle moved. The point is that they cater for somebody making what you might consider an illegal park for the sake of dropping off a package or collecting a package. The point I'm getting at, and I've been telling people this for years, we in Trinidad like big nation status mentality, but we're not thinking big nation status.
But caller, wait, just now, and I don't want to cut you, but I want to have a conversation with you.
Yes.
When you listen, now I know people will tell me they don't want to hear me saying this. Right? I'm being real with you. I know that there are some people who done already saying, you know what, Google, we don't want to hear that. But listen to this. Listen to me. When you listen to Ms. Bissessa in opposition, you see what you're talking about there is what she would have pontificate on. She was talking about educating drivers, doing a rehabilitation drive to change the culture of the people of Trinidad and Tobago where driving is concerned and stuff like that. What you are talking about there, when Ms. Bissessa and they were having the consultation and talks on so all people were pushing for was to stop the demerit points. You hear people saying it, you know, I voted for this government to stop the demerit points. But what did you tell her to do? What did you tell her to do to replace that? She said that she was going to reduce ticket fines, which is a comfort to a fool. Which let me tell you this. I was in a taxi and here the conversation was in the car. If now this is just a statement, don't kill me. Here was somebody said in the car, if a political party come around and say, here what, we will stop all ticket fines until we pave all the roads in Trinidad and Tobago, you know that party could win the next election.
I better go for election. I better link up with you all for one party.
But you know that there are people who will vote for that.
Correct.
Because here the person would say, hey, them gonna scrape all the roads, fix all the potholes, make sure the roads in order, so that if I fall in a pothole, my backlight wouldn't blow. You understand? If I fall in a pothole, you understand, my windshield wouldn't get a crack. If you start a political party and they said all trucks must drive on the right hand side of the road on the highway, it means then that and must be covered properly so that no stone or nothing will fall off of the truck to hit my windshield glass. You will catch the attention of a lot of people.
But you know the funny thing, Pastor Google?
Tell me.
You could fool some people sometimes. And I will go back to a point that 2 points I made to you before. One being about personal mental maturity,
yes,
and personal mental political maturity. And the second one being a nation who does not learn from the mistakes of the past.
Doomed to do it again. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. But let me tell you something. You see that statement you just made there? A nation that doesn't learn from their past is doomed to repeat it. I told an elderly gentleman yesterday, I said, to him. Part of the problem of this in this country is that the elders in this country don't educate or don't inform the youth of what was our history. You see, from 2010 to 2015, my nephews and they don't know nothing about that. They were children and they voted in this election. My son is voting in the next general election. You really feel like not going and tell he what's going on now? We have to tell our people, we have to tell our children.
Correct. And I'll tell you why we need to do it too. I remember back in the 80s, I cannot remember the name of the song, but there was a dub song that I fell in love with. And the punchline in the dub song was, wisdom for the young is knowledge from the old. We had to go back to that old school to ensure that there is a conversation between young people and the elders.
Yes.
We had to build back that bridge, because somewhere along the line, that bridge get dismantled, that bridge was broken down, that bridge was allowed to deteriorate.
Yes.
People were fooled into thinking that bridge wasn't necessary.
Yes.
We need to go back and fix that.
Yes, and let me tell you this before you go. Don't come off yet, because you're talking things that I like where you're going. Let me tell you something. My grandmother, before she passed away, my grandmother would have instilled in me that when it comes down, she had a thing that she used to do where she, in order for her to thank God for life and thank God for keeping her in her old age, she used to go to a home for the aged and feed the elderly. But I used to go with her.
Okay.
You listen to me? I used to go with her and feed the elderly and talk with them, sit down with them, hear their story, hear where they come from, hear how they end up in the home and stuff like that. My grandmother passed away. You see my little 15-year-old? When he was born, he going in that home with me.
Okay.
He's 15 now. And when we going in that home, he's the man that's do all the praying. He's the man that's go and hand them their food. He's the man that's wish them long life, thank them for receiving the food. That's what because I was taught that.
Right.
And I am teaching my son that. And when he gets his children, he have to teach his children that.
There you go.
But my thing is, the elders want to come down on the young people. But a lot of them, as I just told you, I have nephews who don't know nothing about 2010 to 2015. It's when I sit down with them and start to talk with them, I hear them talking nonsense, but they go and vote for Michaela, and they want to vote for Michaela, and they vote in Michaela. And I talk to them, I say, oh, what do you matter what? And I started to talk with them, and they now started to do their own research and realize, but wait now, what uncle telling me here is serious business, boy.
We had to work on building back some things.
Yeah.
You are man I have in a special place at Pastor Google.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is the first time I call in your program. I was listening to you when you were in our previous radio station.
Yeah, man.
And you got COVID.
Yeah.
the first time I heard you back on the radio after COVID, I was like, but that's sounding like Pastor Google, but the man's voice sounding different.
Yeah.
You were giving a testimony of what you went through.
Yeah.
And how you begged your neighbor to get, I think it was something that was salty.
Yeah.
And you was telling you shouldn't be drinking that, but you were saying that's the only thing was helping you.
That was what do you call it? Club soda water, boy.
There you go.
That was the only thing I could have stomach.
The fever.
Yeah.
Well, I have a fever plant in my yard from the man in Arima who would call on your program to say he was giving away plants.
Yes.
In Arima.
Yes.
I have a fever plant in my yard from that time to now.
Wow.
And since then, I have been following you.
Yeah, man.
I have been listening.
Yeah, man.
I have a partner living in New York now. Is be tuning in ever so often.
Serious?
There you go.
Yeah, man.
That is the power of what you have done.
Yeah, man.
And since you have been bringing on your father in the show from time to time. Well, I have tired like a market crowd now. I can't do more.
Yeah, man, I'm supposed to try and get him to come on tomorrow, please, God.
But yeah, I'm gonna be listening because I heard you talk about the challenge with the constitution and
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to him about that.
And I am saying something needs to be done. Something needs to be done urgently for the sake of country.
Yeah, boy.
And at once upon a time I was talking the R word, and I don't want to bring up the R word because the R word is also is a retrograde. It carrying it back.
Yeah.
But it is a scary thing because a pipeline will take so much pressure before it busts. And that is what I'm hoping we do.
Reach to. Yeah.
Place.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Because just as you say, your son is 15, mine is 19. Right? And it is about, as you say, teaching. You still have to teach, you still have to nurture.
Of course.
My queen is 91. My queen is 91. And I tell my son, my best friend in life is my mother.
Yeah.
You understand? So, once we could maintain that link with them, like I say, if it's rebuild, we had to rebuild bridges. Then we had to rebuild some bridges. I have some things I want to put out that I do want to talk on the radio because I know somebody could grab that idea and take it and go with it. Excuse. And then people who do deserve praise to be getting praise. But we can deal with that.
Of course.
Deal with that.
Yeah, the number, man. Just message me.
Yeah, not a problem at all.
We
keep in touch.
Yeah, my brother.
All right.
Yeah,
listen to you and yours. Happy New Year. All the best. Take care.
Same to you.
And I will continue to listen.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man.
Knowledge is power.
All the time.
Words of our own history teacher.
Yeah, man. All
right.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Same to you, man.
Thanks for the opportunity.
You're most welcome. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, sir. How are you?
I am there. Good evening to all your listeners and callers.
Yeah, man.
I heard all your callers this evening, Pastor. But let me ask you a question. Ravi Babulal, who do you think he voted for on the 28th of April? Who do you think Ravi Babulal is going to vote for in 2030? You see, the point is this. Whilst we can see people are angry, and you said earlier, a lot of people are looking at Dr. Rowley as a king today. The bills will pay, the cars will fix. And just like what happened between 2010 and 2015, when we breathed a sigh of relief in 2015, they will forget. The same way they have forgotten what happened with respect to oil, when the price dropped extremely low. The same way they forgot about COVID and everybody was still being paid even though they were home. And how the government had to find money to ensure that people were kept safe. All of these things took place. And the same people who are in power today are the same people who told us that they could put a dome over the country. Their way for solving COVID was stand up in the sun, amongst other things. It's the same people that they had confidence to go and vote for just a mere 8 months ago. So to come and say things like, they could have deferred it, and people say no, they could have deferred it for 3 months, give people time to pay. The government has no money. They want money today. The government has to pay increased salaries at the end of this month. There's also back pay to pay this year. You think they're going to say, okay, they're going to feel sorry for us, and the Prime Minister of this country has not even brought herself for us to see her to answer questions. So people to come and say, well, you're going real hard on people. No. is not going to change. All who want to call for change, when they were calling Dr. Rowley Rawan and Oreo and all sorts of nasty things at the time when he was Prime Minister, did they feel anything for him? Huh? Now he's a king, you say? Because they didn't see what was coming down the pipeline? We were made comfortable by being easily fooled, and it happened before. It happened before, Pastor. And I keep saying that PNM people, African people, look for excuses not to vote. UNC people look for excuses to vote. Who you feel Ravi Babula going to vote for in 2030? You said it earlier, you know, that somebody call and say, I'm vexed with the yellow, you know, but I want a new party. And that person is not the only person saying that. That person is not the only person saying that. They promised 20,000 jobs. Again, anybody talking about it? The only person I hear talk about that so far, since they announced that, is your good friend from Siparia who called earlier. The young man. Yeah, you heard anybody else talk about it? Anybody else desperate for a work, for a job? You would think nobody desperate. Because I'm not hearing anybody talking about the jobs, the so-called new jobs. Up to just yesterday, you indicated that people in HTC drivers lost their job. So the loss of jobs continues. Nobody ain't getting anything. You're living in a fool's paradise. So to come and say that, oh God, people this and people that, that nothing is going to change. Look at what happened. What happened? The minister said, God, we make a mistake, and it's really not that amount. As one caller said, when you think it's an extra $150, it's an extra $750. How you can make a mistake like that? How you planning for a budget? How you plan the budget? If it is, you just must get up one morning and decide, as I told you all yesterday, they don't have to come back to Parliament to pass anything. They can just simply get up and decide, hey, I'm going to increase this. And that's it. And gazette it, and that's it. And it now becomes law. So when you hear people, big, serious people, get up the next day and say, oh God, we make a $750 mistake. It's really higher. It's a mistake, Pastor. It's not a mistake. Because they were preaching one thing yesterday and over the weekend. Remember they say since Christmas they're talking about this. Everybody's supposed to know. But yesterday you come and you say, oh God, we make a mistake with the figures. Who fooling who? Who fooling who, Pastor Google? And these are some of the things we have to read between the lines and understand. It was pressure between 2010 and 2015. Yes, I agree, we have to talk to the young ones. I agree with that. And we have to attempt to educate them. But we have a party that does not have a proper education system to educate the young ones that are supposed to come and take over from us. And therein lies part and parcel of our problem. It's not just for you and I and the regular callers who call in, like Professor Simpleton and so on, and the young man who understands very clearly from Siparia. But what about the others? It's each one teach one and spread it. What about them? What is their contribution to educate, to ensure that this don't happen again and should not have happened at all? Just remember 8 months ago people had jobs, maybe they were living paycheck to paycheck, but they were putting food on their table. Pastor, I learned something this weekend going here. I didn't want to say it on your program yesterday. But I will say it, but not today, not tonight. Because it's shocking what has happened to a particular couple. I want to tell you, it's shocking when I was told I was it from a friend of mine. Because I met him and I said, hey, what about certain things? And he told me, boy, if I tell you what's going on. And when he told me, and if I say it, people wouldn't believe. The same way the thing with the grass cutting in the night. But I got some other information on something that Pastor Google, I'm telling you. If I say it, it's shocking. Really, really shocking. It'll keep you up tonight. Because he has kept me up over the weekend, just thinking about it. But I have to get the evidence and the proof of it. And then I will bring it to yours for you and your listeners and callers to hear exactly what this government has done to certain people. And if this family could be in this amount of peril, what about all of the others?
But Brian, but Mr. Brian, let me tell you this. And this is me telling you of a family that I know personally. Personally, I know this family have done work for LSA, they have done work for HDC, and haven't gotten their money. Haven't gotten their money. I want you to listen to me carefully. Right now, they are at the verge of being put out of their home. They are at the verge of, and it's an elderly couple, it's not no young people we're talking about here. It's not young people we're talking about here. And people who might say, well, they could live on their pension. Brethren, there are people who are feeling it out there. And they're feeling it in a huge way. People see people laughing and smiling and whatever. Today, I spoke to a friend who got fired from TTT. She got fired from TTT and she was not placed there politically. Her appointment was not a political appointment. I remember the day when she called me, she said to me, Google, I want you to pray with me today. I have an interview in TTT. I want you to pray with me. It was her and several other persons who applied to be the accountant of TTT. Today,
it reminds me of the accountant from the friend from PRQ you told us about last year.
Today she is out of she called me today crying. She said, I don't know how we're going to pay my mortgage, I don't know how we're going to pay my car note, I don't know how we're going to take care of my 3 daughters. Some people ask with the father died. She have family? No, she not from here.
Well, Pastor, I think I will tell you exactly what really shocked me over the weekend. Now that you bring up that. Because I wanted to get the evidence on tape. But I will tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. I hope your listeners listening to this. I have a friend who does, little works for me and stuff whenever I want little things fixed. So he told me about 3 years ago, he said, boy, I want to start to mine some pigs, boy. I said, well, here, that's going to have to bring in a little extra money and so on, because it's a landy man. So, I'll try to get him on the phone because I wanted something done. Because I don't talk to him as regular. So, I went to look for him, and I found him. And I said, boy, I want you to do something for me. I said, I'm to your phone. He said, boy, your phone died and he ain't get another phone yet. I said, okay, I'm glad I catch up with you. So we was talking. I said, how about the pigs, boy? He said, boss, I don't mind pigs again, I said, I need to mind pigs again. That was a good investment for you. He said, yeah, but I have some people who were working CPEP. And the landlord decided that, seeing that they're not working anymore, he put them out. You see, you just tell him, my lord, you can't afford to pay the rent, all you have to go. He said, well, let me reduce. He said, no, all you have to go. He said, but we have nowhere to go. He said, well, right, not my problem. So my friend at the time was cleaning out the pig pen now. You know, something you have to keep, properly sterilize it and clean it out. And he bounced some the people. And they say, boy, look, we're desperate because we have nowhere to live. Be on the road. So he said, boy, me really had nothing. He said, well, what about that pig pen you had? He said, well, like my pigs. You go really want to? He said, well, we could pay you a little sweetie money, nothing to talk about, but we need somewhere to stay tonight. And as he are cleaning it out, so he decided to sell out the pigs immediately and give them the pig pen. Pastor, you hear what I'm telling you tonight? The pig pen! So that they could rest their head. So all he had was the 3 feet of concrete, in the sty, in the pig sty, that he was cleaning out, to sterilizing it and so on. He said, but this are now clean. He said, don't worry, we go finish the cleaning. And we go get some hardboard and thing and fix up 2 little rooms. We go give you a little, we have nothing to talk about, but if you're willing to, otherwise we had to sleep, but we ain't know where we sleeping tonight. And he tell me, he say, B, I get rid of the hog on them, and the people now sleeping in the pigsty. They built up a little 2-room with some boards and thing, and a little miniature kitchen so they could eat a little something. That is where they live in today. I wanted to go and talk with them first, because I know people mightn't believe that. I said, this is what this government has drawn people to. And this one was close to me, because I knew the handyman. And I am of the view, because what I study over the weekend, I say, them are alone in this. I am of the view there are people out there who must look for a piece of little clearing, get some little plyboard or whatever, and hoping for more hot sun than rain, because when rain starts to fall and the heat come out, plyboard is swell. To make up a little thing so that they could sleep, because landlords are now being affected, and they have decided that they're not going to go it alone. Either you pay up or you move out. And when he told me that, he shaky headed. I said, they're still there? He said, yeah, they're still there. And they were glad and happy to have somewhere to put their head when the night comes. So he no longer has pigs, Pastor Google, in this pigsty. He now has human beings. Humans, like you and I, in the pigsty. If you know how that hurt me, if you know how that have me up, I think about that every day. And this country, that is why I keep saying, we're not learning. We should have learned from 2010 to 2015, and we should have been able to teach the young ones, find a way. The same way they have people doing certain things for them. Find a way. Because this is not going to, it's going to get worse. I told you all last year, it's going to get worse. Now Ravi Babulal have, I think it's 19 or 28,000, $19,000 he had to find by the 3rd of next month. I heard understand another guy he won $45,000. And look at him, and he's selling coconut. coconut, Pastor? You think it's rich people out there that in this kind of trouble? Well-to-do people? It's people who need help. And who helping them? You think PNM in 2030 going to get a clear majority to change some of these laws and to make things a lot easier for people and to be caring about people? They say PNM don't care about nobody. UNC care? We have a prime minister. When last I saw her, you see she's walking on the road today. You have to hear she voice and know, hey, that's you? Because you must forget what she look like and she don't give a damn what you think. Because we have already voted or not voted. So it's a scorcher of an earth that she's going to leave. And she spoke about it. And that is what we have to face. So brace your back, Pastor. You will come here and you will speak. But how long you talking? Since on the other place, you're preaching to all of us. That's why we call and that's why we listen. That's why I have so many listeners. But are we learning? When we put on the phone tonight, we learn anything? That we could say tomorrow is a new day and I'm going to make a better effort and understand the consequences of not voting or looking for an excuse to vote for the next side. Because we're not stupid, we're not dotish, we're not dumb. So when they come with the tomfoolery, stupidness, like what's going on in Tobago right now. I told you about the two up in the back of the parliament, there's no portfolio for them. You think Tobagonians care about that? Trying to insult Darian Master this evening on his afternoon drive program. You think they care about the two fellas up there who have no portfolio at all? Like dashboard puppies? No, that's not bothering them. It's not bothering them, Pastor. So what do we do to bring reality home to them? For them to understand that, hey, UNC don't care about you.
Yeah, well, I have taken the position, Brian, that, and I said it earlier, we taking who want to be taken. Who don't want to be taken, then leave them there. Leave them there. And I hear you, but I am watching and I'm listening to social media, and I'm telling you, if the people are fully educated and fully aware of what the situation that we have found ourselves in, you will be very surprised to see, you will be, I'm telling you, they're going to lose Maruga, they're going to lose Grandy, they're going to lose a lot of the marginal seats and a lot of seats that they think that they have so secure. They're going to lose it. They're going to lose it because there are people, there are persons who, as one of the callers said, there are persons who have never taken politics very serious. But you see now when money is being taken out of their bread and butter, you see their bread and butter, people don't play with that, brand. They don't play with that. And again, as I said it earlier, my issue has consistently been the issue is and the PNM after, and they have never, from Patrick Manning time, is this a problem started with Patrick Manning time, not Dr. Eric Williams. You see, from Patrick Manning time come straight down, the issue has been educating your followers and your people. That is the problem. The problem is giving them, telling. You see, let me tell you something. You know, now people are appreciating Dr. Rowley because Dr. Rowley would stand up for hours on his feet and explain to the. I remember when Dr. Rowley came into office in 2015. I was the one who would have commended him, and Dr. Rowley did something that no prime minister has ever done in this country. Dr. Rowley did a PowerPoint presentation to show the nation only this is where we are at. This is how much oil. This is how much oil we are producing. This is how much money we have. This is what is what, and he would have went at lengths to educate the nation on why he was doing what they were doing.
I remember. I remember.
Then he was the only, and he was the only prime minister who will put a microphone in the middle of a panyard, a basketball court, wherever, and ask people, come and question your government. Come and question us. And then that slacked off. It stopped. It slacked off. I was on the radio telling him, resume the conversations with the prime minister. Nobody else wasn't telling him that. I was the only one who was telling him, resume the conversations with the prime minister, Dr. Rowley.
Wait, that thing is upset you sometimes. I tell you, it's upsetting me.
But at the end of the day, when you watch what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, people of Trinidad and Tobago, they are not going to take this brand. I'm telling you. I see videos with big men, and I respect them today. Big man crying. Big man sit down and apologizing, doing a video and apologizing to Marvin Gonzalez, apologizing to Diane Gasby Dolly. There are people who are apologizing today. So my thing is, let me tell you something. So I just tell you today, 3 persons from TTT get fired. The accountant, the project manager, and somebody else get fired. You hear what I'm telling you? Yesterday, HDC, all contractual, all drivers who are on contract were fired.
Yes, you said so.
All. You listen to me?
Yes.
Teachers are expecting a raise in salary at the end of this month.
Yes.
Nurses are still waiting to hear from the RHAs and if they're going to get their back pay.
Yes.
The month now start. The month now start. Yes. At the end of this month, your NIS contributions are going to go up. You hear me? And it is now starting. You remember you have to pay a landlord tax. I don't know if you have observed that gas has gone up. So they give you $1 off on super.
That's a fool, yeah.
But wait, but the people who buying cooking gas,
that gone up.
Okay, $28. 28. I see it. I saw it when they were passing by me on Sunday. A tank of gas is now $28.
And that is the small one. I have big ones.
The small one. Well, the big one has gone up too.
Even a small, but I think it's $50 or something like that.
KFC is saying that they have plateaued.
Yes.
So that means that people are not spending money.
Money not circulating. Nobody's spending.
So, if KFC has plateaued, what will happen next? Brian, what will happen next?
It is frightening.
They're going to send home people. And when Prestige Holdings start to send home people from KFC, know that Pizza Hut.
Then you know we're in real trouble.
Okay then. All right.
Then you know we're in real trouble.
Okay then. Okay then.
You understand? Because if they could say they flatten out, I mean, they're not, and they say they're trying to be innovative.
Okay,
how
then.
innovative you could be with KFC?
Okay. All right. So that's what I'm saying to you, Brian. That when you take bread and butter out of people's mouth, you really feel that these people are going to forget you?
Pastor,
but hear what I'm saying. In order for the people not to forget you, there must be a group of people reminding them. There must be a bunch of people reminding them. Just like how there were people reminding the Petrotrin workers. You remember there was a bunch of people every day. They closed down Petrotrin, they closed down CPEP.
Marbella, nothing happening in Marbella, the fence line community.
Thank you.
Fence line communities on the East West Corridor.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying to you, Brian. That people remind people. And I don't believe. Let me tell you something. You see, this election in Tobago will be a wake-up call. Hear what I'm telling you? You see, Tobagonians is saying nothing about this hike. Wait. It's a wake-up call. Let me tell you something. Fally and they started off campaigning that Dr. Rowley and them was victimizing them and wasn't giving them no money. Right? That was the campaign, and they told people, now we have a government there that is giving us much more money than what the PNM was giving us. Give us another chance. That's what they told the people. That's what they were campaigning. When they started the campaign, that was their campaign mantra. Ansel Dennis, Kelvon, and they come with the budget, come with all the money that they spend, and show the people on the platform. They say they ain't get no money, but they buy $1 billion what you call it, ambulance that's shutting down all over the place. They say they ain't get no money, but look, they do this. They say they ain't get no money. Look, you know what they start to do now? You know what has been the Fally and Friends mantra now? They have changed their conversation. They don't talk about they didn't get no money again, you know. You know, let's talk now. We will fix access roads for farmers in Tobago. We will fix. That is it now.
Housing.
Thank you. So that is what I'm saying to you.
They're promising you this week.
Beautiful. And that's
start to build yet, you know, but they're promising you this week. They will see like a few earlier.
And that is what I'm saying to you, Brian. That Fally and they realized that people wasn't taking that story they was given. If people were accepting that story that Fally them was given, Fally and Friends would have stick to that. But they realize that Ansel and them, and let me tell you something, the word on the ground, what I'm hearing in Tobago, that the momentum with the PNM has drastically gone up. The momentum has changed. The momentum has gone up.
You'll see by next week, Monday night, Pastor Google.
Yeah. But me playing fast, but I believe something will happen, man.
All right, Pastor.
I believe something will happen, and tomorrow, please God, I'm going to engage my dad in this thing with this constitutional change that the UNC is putting forward, where it comes to now they want to do what Andrew Holness and they would have done in Jamaica. They want to do something different.
Brown interviewed the Minister of Defense in a either a 2-part or a 3-part series started today. And he has indicated that they're going to come again with another SOE.
Well, let's see.
Right?
All right, man.
Tell me again, don't worry, everything under control. Don't worry, everything under control. Don't worry, everything under control. Don't worry, everything under control.
I'm going to take this call here.
All right.
Yeah, man. Hello, good evening. Caller, call me back. Sorry about that. Caller, call me back. Sorry about that. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
With all fairness, that price of gas was $28 for a while. The truck was put on the delivery price on the gas. So once the truck passes, it's $20. If you go in the service station, you pay 22 or 23, something like that. But on the truck, it's always 28 for a while now.
Well, then they was robbing me. They was robbing themselves then, because I can't remember. I can't remember paying 28. It's just the other day. Is when it was 3 weeks ago. I didn't pay 28.
No, it's 28 on the van. Well, me no. When they come by me, once I want it, once I go put that in my car and go by the gas station, and they come around in the truck, it's 28 by the van.
Okay, I am because I remember when I stopped the guy the other day. He said, I said, but it's $20 now. He said, yeah, you know that going up. I said, no. So again, maybe maybe it's a different truck. Maybe it was at the battle, yeah. Maybe it was a different truck, but
That $20 was, I paid that a while once that truck come. Once I go in the gas station, sometimes I just put my tank in the car and go to the gas station and pay my 22, eh?
Yeah. A millionaire like you?
Have a good night.
A big shot like you, boy?
You see, I was going good all the time, you know.
Yeah, but big shot like you, what's the problem getting a man little 28?
Yeah,
you have the money. You have it, you know.
I hope your mouth takes me in 2026. That's what I hope.
You haven't. It's men like me
I taking that what you say, no. I taking that.
Amen. Amen. Hallelujah.
Once my face in store, and nobody knows what.
Oh gosh.
That.
Yeah. Only have plenty money. Plenty money only have.
Yeah, but and with all of that, I've seen a lot of people real bashing them, eh?
Yeah. For that, eh? For that.
I know see one on the book there. He tells you 5 years, that's all again, nothing more.
Wow. Papa Laps.
It's one of them, so you know.
Papa Laps. I tell you, they go get a shock, you know.
Yeah. She knows. If she slip somehow, if she slip and call back, it will be. You see how them have the majority, they know the PNM go ahead.
Yeah. And I firmly, I some of the other two, I believe that local government will be a lesson for them. You see, local.
You feel they know that? They know exactly. They know that. They know local. Well, local will always show you know what's going on, you know.
Yeah, local. So I believe that local is going to show them something.
That was she said 6 months, so she probably going to do that and drop it by 6 months, then call the local after that.
Well, let's see how that will go for her.
You understand?
Very interesting.
Right.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah, cool, man.
Don't forget when you get your millions. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay. Alright, I don't know what happened there. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good night, Pastor Guru.
Good evening, sir.
I went to light office today. I don't get my permit for free because I have senior citizen.
See how you blessed?
I laugh inside the two bottom because them people calling in with the late thing. And then the next thing the gas, the 100-pound gas is $215.
$215.
$215 because I just use the propane.
Right.
They have the propane and they have the LPG. And the 20 pound was $21 when you go in the gas station first. And $215.
All right. Let me see how it go. Thank you very much for your call.
Yeah.
You'll have to listen to me on the phone, and stop listening to me on the television only. Only making me feel like well, that is not my ringtone there. I tried to play that Chucky for that song for the longest time. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, pleasant good night, Pastor. Pastor, last contribution from me tonight. I really appreciate that conversation you and Brian just touched on, especially the part of where PNM have to go all out in this wrongs in educating the people. And Pastor, the timelines you use from Mr. Manning time to present, because we cannot, all the good initiatives that was done from the past two regimes of Mr. Manning and Mr. Rowley to bridge those gaps, we can't let that dissipate in this upcoming 5 years. And honestly, I know the opposition leader have goodwill and good intentions for this nation. She's a brilliant person. And when you say education, the way how people are letting you know, because we on the ground too, people that saying the opposition leader is weak. I don't want to go into discussion with that now. But when you say that, you could be inaccurate as well. Because this lady has also been a pioneer in sitting in the parliament and representing her people. She served on different committees. She served in opposition as well. She served as a member of parliament. She was also a minister with different portfolios. And the education I am talking about is needed to be instilled about these people, not forgotten. Two PNM prominent people passed away over the weekend, and you're correct. The age of your son? Are they aware of these people? Mr. Ferdy Ferreira was over the weekend, but Mr. Ferdy Ferreira, Mr. Eddie Hart passed away, and it was just something plastered on a Facebook wall. I do not know if anybody came out and speak and did a reminisce of these people, but this is what we have. You can't just dismiss Auntie Joan and say Auntie Joan, time passed. She's a major contributor to the party. But party, I cannot pass on my own as a young person who do my own research and go out there and teach people. You need to hear from the top. You need to hear from the PNM top brass. It needs to have that. And you rightly said it. Those conversations, Mr. Rowley came out with the projectors and all these things and present. That is what we wanted. You feel refreshed. You feel like you could go out there and walk the ground and talk and defend the policies of the party. You and Brian tonight was so accurate, and that is what missing, and the time is lapsing. When I called earlier on, I told you about what Miss Glasgow Warner put up on her post about what the UNC did from 2015 to 2016 and what the PNM inherited. And I went on Google and I searched individually for newspaper clippings, and it came up. And what it was facts, just to make sure that she didn't misprint anything, but it's facts. That is all I have to say, Pastor. And I hope the PNM people and brass on top listening to your program could take these initiatives, and they could even take you all to use your template, help use you to push the information. Come on, time is ticking. Have a good one, Pastor. Good night.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Oh Lord. Every time I try to play Mr. Shaq song, somebody calling and stopping the song. But that's cool. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Pastor, I am not surprised. I knew, I have told my colleagues, there is going to be an accessory. Because you feel them don't know. If one that thing left, them kids, the level of protest, they can't lift. I know for a fact there is going to be an accessory. They are going to prolong it. Try the best because they always give a jail card. Because the murder that left, they can't handle that. That's why I know. Because the second that left, they can't handle that. Because people are waiting right now. And they feel like they know, them know. So that is the owners get a jail card. Them waiting, them pushing out. So when they return to the April, they say, we first year was good, we first year was nice. But really, we are there see we're going to be on there see for a year, because them will not lift their seat that see come February. That will not lift. And I understand and I agree with most of your callers tonight. One thing I missed, what was the change we were going to try to do to the constitution?
Oh, they want to do what Mr. Holness did in Jamaica. They're looking at that. So they're gonna put. Remember, in Jamaica, he would have put SOE in some of the hotspots.
Oh.
Yeah. So they are looking at that. They're looking at changing the constitution and being able to put SOE and stuff like that in the hotspots.
Well, we are in a study. We know where the Shuko hospital.
Of course, it's in the East West corridor.
We are in a study. So you want we up here to live under siege and then down there.
Of course, them going KFC and everything like normal. Them going C3. They come in C3 and they go in South Park.
Yeah. So one part of the country must live under siege. Well, the other part,
yeah, but I hope she put SOE in Marbella though. I hope she put SOE in her consular area, because her consular had how much murders already in Marbella West. They were murders.
He does work there? He said, what else you see there?
So I don't live Marbella West. Have a good night. You trying to put me up? You trying to put me in place? Have a good evening, sir.
Okay, I go on.
You ain't gonna put me up at all. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Hey, good day.
Hi, good evening.
This is Construction Talk?
Constructive talk, yeah.
Okay. Good night.
Good evening,
First time
sir.
caller.
Where are you calling me from?
Couva side.
Couva. Talk to me, sir.
What's going on, boy? To be honest, it's the way they want to raise fine. They're talking about raising fine and they want so much something, right? And with this so much fees and all kind of thing. I pick out a certificate of character since September month, and up to now I can't get it on the raising it. They say if you the raising it, they say I have to pay $650 and whatever. And
what?
No, what I'm saying me I get it as that, and I've seen over the news. They say they're raising it now.
Right. Okay.
I got a taxi driver now, boy.
Yeah.
And I took out a certificate of character. Since September, and every time I go for it,
you can't get it.
It's down.
Something for me to talk to the commissioner of police about.
Since September month, I take out that, and every time I go, it's only running around.
All right, I'll talk to Miss. I think I have Miss Suzette Martin number. I will give her a call.
Okay, then no problem, right?
All right, sir.
Okay, then thanks.
Thank you very much. All right, I'll talk to Miss Suzette. I tried to organize an interview with Miss Martin for the longest while. See if I could get her on the phone line, or see if I can get her to find out about that for me. You know. Well, that's really interesting. Let me see who is this here. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, my brother.
And how are you this evening?
I am okay, my brother.
Well, I tuned in with Brian. But the last call I was made me call. I saw a TikTok video this afternoon earlier on where a gentleman had the same problem. Apply for a job, the job requires that he get a certificate of character.
Right.
And months he go in and he can't get it.
Can't get it. Weeks he go in and he can't get it.
Right. All of a sudden, one day he go and he get it. But it have the date when it was probably dropped off or signed off in the police station. So you go in for 5 weeks. But you know the thing was there in the second week. So for the next 3 weeks, your documents are down in the police station. And nobody is giving it to you, and you go in twice a week. So you visit the police station 10 times. And on the second occasion, it was there. So the fourth time you went there, it was there. And they make you show up 6 additional times. So this man is a taxi driver. I will try to explain to you.
Yeah.
He has to get a certificate of character to renew his taxi badge. And if he doesn't get that, and the taxi badge expires today, and he goes tomorrow, he has to pay the additional fee. When it's not his fault, why it is he late today, because the certificate of character takes 3 weeks. When he put in for how long? A month before, hoping that he could get it in 2 weeks, that he could go license office, which is document, before his expiry date on his taxi badge, to get it renewed, where it wouldn't have the additional cost to him. You understand that? Nobody takes all these things into consideration when they decide to raise the fee. because none of them sit down in Parliament for there to be a debate, Pastor Google. The Minister of Finance, certain ministers, was not taking part in the debate. That's why they say the PNM walk out at the budget debate. Because when the PNM realize you put in your junior minister to talk, and there are 13 of us and there are 20 something all here. I can't talk to all juniors, I have to talk to the man who's in charge. You understand what happened?
Yep.
That is why all these things popping up on people and they're putting out. All these things was debated in the budget, or not sorry, all these things was written in the budget. But because the debate of the budget was not in detail, these information was left out deliberately. They know what they were doing. So they come in like thief in the night to launch the budget. The way to raise revenue. That is the whole budget. A way to raise revenue. The same lady who tell you can't stand up in a bucket and tax yourself and lift yourself up in the bucket is impossible. Well, if the PNM was doing it, apparently I was in the bucket, but they had a crane picking up the bucket. But you had nothing picking up the bucket but we. So which one bad? So you know what the PNM need, Pastor Google? We need a couple of rambles. That is what the PNM need. Because if Kingsley could get a walk on a radio station, Pastor Google, that ain't to tell you a level of desperation.
Yeah, but your partner get work too.
Who's that?
Heavy.
Well, what do you expect? What do you expect?
That what we reached to?
A man of your own ilk, because Pandey fix the road and tell them water for all. His whole life they changed and Pandey changed that. So he is die hard down to that. He forget that he picked parents went in what you was considered a squatting community. These are some of the things we need to understand. And squatting was illegal, and in order to get people to vote for it, that's what Pandey did. But what he also did was put water meter. They didn't tell it that part. Pastor Google, enjoy your night.
Same to you, sir.
In all your mind, all would I ever imagine that Kamala Pusapisa would be the person to redeem Keith Christopher Rowley's reputation. And it didn't take 8 months full long. That's why I'm telling you, look. That's why I'm telling you. In 8 months, the woman redeemed Keith, dog. The woman redeemed Keith. And
how much more can people take? Yes, we must get revenue, but there are other ways to create revenue streams. We have a plan to do just that, not the tax. The next UNC government will not subject our citizens to punishment over taxation and through taxation, over taxation. We will work to put money in your pockets. So you bring hope and success back to your lives. And how will we do this? We will lower taxes. I repeat, we will lower taxes, corporate taxes, and personal income tax.
And the sad thing about it is that I was here Friday before my permit expired. My permit was expiring Sunday. And I was here Friday to told me the system down. Come back Monday, which was yesterday. And I came back yesterday now. They said that the system's still down. Come back today. And I come back today now, they're charging $6.50 for late fee. All of my appointment was for Friday and I didn't get through Friday.
Late fees for renewal of license and 6 months late and a year late and what the figure is and the word late and nowhere in the story did the news, the PNM fake news media say this is late, and they just accept that late is normal, that late is okay. Late is not okay. Late is terrible.
Watch nowadays, Stephen Jeffrey. I really didn't want to go into this political thing, but it's coming too direct. Now it's coming too direct. Things that I stand up for against the PNM. When I say, come out and vote, come out and vote. Who bring the merit points? Vote them out. Vote them out. Yeah, I sing that. I sing Rude Boy, remember, me Trinidad and Tobago. Me Trinidad and Tobago. I tell you, in bird, don't care about the hustler. Them raise the gas and watch poor people suffer. Race it 3 times and then laugh like a monster. Bring the merit point to kill off the hustler. Yet still we turn wrong and fighting each other. Hope you remember this when you dip in your finger. But boy, we dip with finger. We dip with finger for change. And by it change, it look pretty, they remove the demerit points. And now, they doubling everything. Minor infractions, things like blue light. You understand? Over the speed limit by 1. Double. Everything that's double. You understand? And Kamala campaign against that. They lied to me. They lied to me when I was campaigning with all you. I was grinding with Wayne Sturge on the truck. If you go back in my videos, you can see me singing on the truck. I didn't get sent, I didn't ask for no money. I do that because I wanted to do it. Because it was affecting me directly. You understand? And that's what people is can do in Trinidad. When you don't like something, you have to be able to come out and say you don't like it. But you know what? When I say I don't like it, you know, still people calling me a PNM now. They're calling me a PNM now. There wasn't seen how I fight against PNM. For the same thing what UNC doing we right now. But how they could do with them thing? And how they promise on them go do them things. So we get catching them with all fools now. And some men so loyal. They find I should hush by. Well, I hush enough. But I don't want to be on that political thing too much on my page. This page is for music and entertainment. And let's have to vent a little bit this morning because all they raise and double the fines on traffic offenses, that is minor. Things that I have no control over. And I find it's very unfair. It's unfair. Or they're being unfair. You understand? Or they're being unfair. People vote for you. People come out and fight with all you. Or they use we. They get all the PNM. You understand? Now what they're doing worse than what the PNM was doing. So.
They say when they need help, ask Faith and Uncle Rowley. Right now, we need it. What you? Nobody calling your name, nobody blaming you. You just enjoy life right now. I could be by you. Where you is, boy? I need help, yes? Way! Right, I could cry. Big mad thing. I could cry right now. Uncle Rowley. Where you is, boy? Fine, man, boy. I need help. I need help. I need help. I'm on it. I need it. Uncle Rowley. Where you?
Uncle Rowley, where you? He need help. He need help. He need help. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, what can I say? What can I say? It was a pleasure being with you all tonight. Conversation was nice. Constructive talk, boy. Conversation was really, 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 really nice. Last caller. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good night, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, what is the obsession with Trinidadians calling the people and them uncle and daddy and auntie and thing? What's up with that? I don't understand his logic, you know. Since when Kamala is Auntie Kamala?
Long time. Long time.
Yeah?
Since in 2010, she was Auntie Cams.
Auntie Cams. Now I hear Uncle Rolly. Nobody never called Dr. Rolly Uncle before. They used to call him Rowley. Rowley, not even doctor, you know. Rowley, no, he's Uncle Rowley, no. Huh? I can understand some of these people, you know.
I hear you,
and
man.
I think too, that song with Alana Sinet. She wrote that song, or somebody wrote it for her.
I don't know. People just write songs to people just write their own songs. I don't know.
Because I want to tell you something, eh? If people feel that song is historically accurate, well, I think we really need some historians to deal with that, to counteract that lyrics in that song, because something is totally off with those lyrics. Trinidad have much more in common with Venezuela than people could possibly imagine. I wonder if people realize that they're not Trinidadians living in Venezuela. Did you know that, Pastor Google?
Yes, sir.
That they're not Trinidadians living in Venezuela.
and it has Trinidadians who have access to Venezuela.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is logic saying? We are more in contact with United. Sometimes, Pastor Google, you are good natures. I hope you see, we need somebody like a historian to be on your program so they could kind of sing that song, that lyrics, because sometimes it's offered with that song. I can't understand a lot of that at all. I wonder if I should get that song.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Some people hate you for no reason. It's not because of who you are, but because of what they were told. People believe lie faster than truth, especially when the truth is quiet. They don't know your real spirit, they only know the gossip.
I said, give me a F, and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I go hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out facing real consequences. That when you play dotish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray. Because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T. to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, you see the FA, now they go FO. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. FA, FO, I said the FA, now they go FO. But now Donald breaks in because it now so keen. He naming the Epstein files, so they now studying like they voting a presidential pedophile. FA, FO, I said the FA, now they go FO. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, I tell you that is, tell them that is the code.
I am a little dunce. What does that shark say in there? Anybody could call in and tell them what is FAFO? What is FAFO? Anybody could call in and tell me what is FAFO? Or text it on Facebook. Text it on Facebook and tell me what is FA. Tell me what is FA and FO now. What it is? I don't know. I would like to know, please.
Finish mash up the gun.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Pastor, good evening. That is not real language. Sorry.
Okay, really?
No, it's not. It is not real language. Anyhow, but on the other hand,
serious?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
You sure? I don't believe Mr. Shaq will sing a song that is not radio friendly.
I mean, I don't think it's so far gone. I don't think I kind of don't want to say that. I'm not sure. I don't
oh, okay. Somebody said it on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah, I don't want to put any problems. But I didn't mention I don't mention I can't put any problems.
Okay. Somebody put it up on Facebook there for me. And all right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I honestly didn't know.
I was saying this joke. I met your partner, we know each other very well. So I met your partner, you're a long time co-worker.
Who is that?
The taxi driver from over.
Right, who is he? Who going to start to work on Talk City?
Yeah, you know, so I see me there, so I see. So, man, ask a question. Because you know, you're so my same Baba. I said, let me ask a question. How you could tell me, you that's actually right? But you could tell me, you cool with Robert on here. How many years you? I said, you're not going to the next man. They do that. Do I hear you? I said, one day at a time, what going at you? You know, man cost me, the man cost me a walk salon.
Serious?
You hear I tell you? The man cost me a walk salon.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Because I wanted to hear what he that say, because if it was the next man that do that, you would hear and the 18 one. The one that done talk, they have been on the one that wouldn't say what I said, would they forget. But no, if the people who feel, you know, and for everybody, look what they're doing to the rest of the country. So your body getting full. So you could take it back on the country. You could take it back on your neighbors and your partners. If they get if the park light blow, it's $2,000. But you can't open out and say anything, because you know why? By the people who fill your belly and your pocket now. But you know what? I say it could be last for so long, you know.
Right.
After that period, you have to live. And we're going to go. I said, I hope I get a house, you know. The man cost me a walk out, yes?
All right, man.
I was thinking that joke, but you know, that
yeah, the song, yeah. All right,
I got problems, but the time thing.
Thank you, yeah. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I know what the FA and FO is.
All right, okay. Somebody said
fool are wrong. Your fool are wrong. FA fool are wrong. And when you fool are wrong, you find out. FO.
Okay. Fool around, find out. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Your mind, take your mind out the gutter.
It's not me. It's that you see again. I tell you, I didn't know. But
I never say you. I just put that out there.
All right. So it's fool around and find out.
Yeah. So you fool around with your vote and you find out when you vote.
Okay.
You understand?
FA fool around.
Yeah, fool around.
FO find out. FA. Okay. Okay. FO. Oh gosh! Oh gosh! Hey.
I go down F now. I go down sleep. Have a good night.
No, but how you gonna do that?
What do you mean how I gonna do that?
How you gonna do that? We talking here. It's rude.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So what I'm saying is, right?
Mm-hmm.
How I watching this thing panning out in Tobago, because I now see people coming on the live who say that there was on the Tobago. I watching how I don't know if you observe, but the PNM live, the live broadcasters have on YouTube. Mm-hmm. There's have close to 800-900 people watching.
Yes, and it was very low, eh?
In the earlies?
Yeah, the earlies was just very low.
But Fali and them don't drop.
No, I don't watch that side.
I just watch Fali them. And I realize that Fali and them own drop down to about a little 100, 200.
Are you serious?
But PNM won't gone up.
I was in the crowd too. The crowd real big now.
Yeah, the crowd grow. Because you see people start to see Fali for who he is.
Yeah, the time coming join close to, you know, so.
All this time, so next week you will know who win.
Yeah. But I mean, as I say, crowds will win, huh?
No. I'm not believing that anymore. That's a long time.
What?
I'm telling you. When I went to the rally, the PNM final rally in Etihad, I knew PNM was in trouble by the crowd. When you watch the UNC crowd, you knew that the UNC was saying something. Crowd, I don't believe that anymore. Long time under Patrick Manning, but under Patrick Manning too, it was the same thing. Under Patrick Manning used to have real people in 2010. It used to have real people coming out to Patrick Manning and they meeting in 2010.
What I was saying, Mr. Manning had real crowds in 2010. That last meeting he had on the promenade there, that was massive.
Beautiful. But in this dispensation of politics, crowd do win election.
Okay.
Yeah, crowd do win election. Crowd in this dispensation of the politics, crowd says who the people are identifying with. Yeah, watch it differently now. I tell you, when I went to Eddie had ground, I was up on the media. The media had a scaffolding thing where you could see the whole ground. When I watched that, I told Juliet Davy, I said, we lost. Juliet said, don't say that na Google. I said, Juliet, come up and watch the crowd. When she came up and she watched, she said, oh God, it's looking good. It's looking good. And then when we saw the crowd in Arangwes ground, we said, nah boy, yeah. When we saw people leaving Arangwes grounds, and there was some people who were complaining that there was too much of weed smoking and too much of this and too much of that, and they were complaining how the people will be behaving and whatever. You know that they go on. They get through. That's the reality of it. You see, the Tobagonians before was afraid to come out because Faliana was victimizing them. But now the people realize, but wait now, only victimizing we and we could get only out. Man, people coming out, boy.
Because I see Mr. Dennis and all see is yesterday or the day before. Oh, yesterday was Monday. Either Saturday or whatever. I think it's the meeting before last night. He was saying that they couldn't have a meeting, whatever it was, they couldn't have a meeting there. But people said, like, people said, with egg and all kind of thing.
Right.
And all the meetings, massive, whatever it was. I can't remember.
Boy, let me tell you something. That I watching certain things, even with Tobagonians coming out on social media and telling Fali, telling them that they're not voting for them.
Oh, you serious?
Long time you would have never see that. Long time you would have never see that. So to that pastor who called 2 weeks ago and said that the ground in Tobago has gone.
I remember. Yeah. He called you back on the 13th?
He called me back and tell me, well, Mr. Pastor, called me back because what I'm seeing in Tobago only ain't looking good, you know. It's looking good, you know.
Yeah, they called you on the 13th. Don't forget that. It's a CV number that you should call him.
No. I wouldn't do that.
Why?
No. You see what you like to encourage.
But how would that encourage him if you don't call? You probably forget, so you just call him to remind him you're supposed to call him.
No, I'm not doing that. that. You know, I'm not doing that. You see,
I'll go back on your program. I'll go back and check your program and see if I find.
When you have money, you can do them thing. I don't want no money. You see like how you have money?
I go on. Bye-bye.
We're just not talking to a minute. Don't do that now. We're talking here a minute. You see how certain people who have money could do them thing. So TTT, so TTT has totally gone UNC, eh? Talk City,
of course.
Talk City is now fully UNC. By next week, you have Ground Report, you have Heavy, you have Kingsley. Right? On TTT, I heard that the minister in the Ministry of Housing is going to be doing his own talk show there.
What?
Yes.
Who's that?
Philippa.
Philippa? Okay.
Philippa.
Okay. Hey, one thing I feel I have to tell you that up there. I went to that one.
What I do wrong now?
No, you know you are see white glasses pick up on Stanford.
Yeah. You can talk about that. We can talk about that. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the Mr. What your name? Crime Watch fella. Crime Watch would have sent a pre-action protocol letter.
He sent it already?
Yeah.
Oh, you talked to the lawyer. I don't know if he sent it.
Well, he said that he's giving the mayor son. We had to send him a letter to tell him that. He give him until when? Tomorrow, 6 o'clock.
To retract.
To apologize for his statements, or else he will be suing him for defamation of character.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So our mayor have to apologize.
I don't say anything. I just saying okay.
And I hope that he do.
You hope he do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I hope that he does apologize so that things can move smoothly. So, what's the song now? The song says F-A...
F-O.
F-O. What F-A means again?
I can't remember. You fool around. Fool
around.
And you'll find out.
And you'll find out.
Right.
Have a good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Bye.
I say last caller, but let's see if Shorty can do this, Brian. It's Minister 12.
I know. But it just goes to show you how they put in what we talked about earlier. That they are putting whoever is aligned with them in place in certain positions.
Well, they have been doing that since they get into office, Brian. Let's be real.
Yes, I understand that.
The social media,
and what we have to do when we in office
let's do the same thing.
To do the same damn thing. And don't play well. Well, you know, we for all and we for all. You see that all. Let me tell you something. It has some words.
All saints. You see that all saints?
I want to hear. You see words like consultation. You see things like joint select committee. I don't want to hear them words ever again when a PNM is in power. Don't ever tell me about consultation. We must have consultation and joint select committee, because for the last 8 months, show me consultation and joint select committees about all that happening right for the last 8 months.
So yeah, what
where's
now?
The consultation? Where's the joint select committees to discuss these things prior to them coming to the parliament to become law?
Because they said that they have the majority and people voted for them. They have the majority.
After Google, even we have to water it down like what Faris Alwari used to do and pass it, do it. But don't come to me and talk about consultation and joint select committee anymore. I don't want to hear those words. I haven't heard those words for 8 months. For 8 months, I get up every morning and I hear new laws being passed. New laws. And they're not even coming to the parliament.
Well,
we call it affirmative
action.
Resolution.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But yeah, what now?
That way.
I want to hear in the morning. I want to get up in the morning to hear your friends talk about the mistake by the licensing office. I want to see they will talk about that, because in 19
even talk about Dale Enoch was in agreement with the UNC this morning.
Yes. He said that. When was the last time he had a hike?
Honest, Pastor, because I know you're listening now. I know you're listening, but let's be honest and say he was in agreement.
Yes, he said that. When was the last time he had a hike? When was the last time that those things raised? But because he don't drive, and that's why Tony Lee tell him this morning. He said you don't drive.
So there, and what kind of race is he?
Well, that's what I tell you. I am being like Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman would have freed slaves who wanted to be free. You see, the ones who want to stay with Massa, leave them with Massa. Don't fret up yourself and talk about them.
What happened to Harriet Tubman's son? Mount him. And that was in 1955 or thereabouts. I want him to our son.
But that's what I said to you.
And what happened to him? He was brutalized and murdered.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying to you.
He was from Chicago, and he came to see his family down in I think it's where Louisiana. I can't remember the story. But he decided to I wanted to see how he was brutalized in his casket. Remember that?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying to you. But again,
we don't show these things to our children.
Well,
this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but my son sit down and watch that whole movie. But what I'm saying to you, Brian, is that the reality of it is that never deterred her from doing what she had to do.
No, it didn't.
And
but at the end of the day, there was a loss for her.
Yeah, and there are always sacrifices in these things. When she was freeing her family, When you look at the movie and you see when she was freeing her family from the slave masters, her brother told her, "You are mad, woman. Who going in that pond? Who going into that river where there are alligators?" And her own brother turned against her. He said, "Going back to the slave masters. I'm not going in that pond with those alligators."
Bye.
So at the end of the day, you will have as the man from Labre said, collateral damage.
Elder, I don't want to mention that fella name. See that fella?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Brian, the time is 12 o'clock now. It's 2 minutes past 12.
Pastor Google, let me finish quickly here because people have to go and sleep. And you too. Because you have to get up in the morning to listen just like me.
The numbers.
I don't want to talk about these people anymore because you know why? They are traitors to the cause.
They are
traitors.
Well, you see, you might call them traitors, but I see them for who they are. I see them for. This lady said it to know.
What you want to call them, Pastor?
This lady said it to know. What's her name? My Angelo. When somebody show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Boy.
All right. I'm gonna take this call. I seen somebody else calling here. I don't know what this person calling here.
Have a good night.
Yeah, man. Hello, good evening. When somebody show you caller, you have to listen to me on your phone and not on the TV. Hello.
Excuse me, good night, Pastor Google. Brian got it wrong. It's Harriet Tillman. Emmett Till is the one who get killed with his ear and they had in the coffin, and Harriet Tillman is a different person, so you have to fix it, okay?
All right. So Harriet Tubman, we know that Harriet Tubman is the woman who would have done the
Harriet Tubman is the one who freed the slaves.
Yes.
Emmett Till is the one who get killed and was in the coffin where his mother opened the coffin for them to see what they do to his son.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you know that the Americans, you know that Harriet Tubman is the one that the Americans number Ruga. That is part of her history and lineage. Yeah?
I didn't know that.
Yes. If you watch the movie, you would see where the slaves who would have fought in the war. You remember there was at the end of the movie they talked about the slaves that fought in the war?
Yes, I know that.
Right, those slaves from Georgia who would have fought in the war for Britain. Those are the slaves those are the free slaves that came to Trinidad.
Okay.
They are my family, I could tell you. That is my lineage. That is where I come from.
Pastor Google.
So where you calling me from? You sound like a new caller.
I'm Lavantil, Success Village.
Oh gosh. Thank you very much for calling. I saw there was a murder in your community yesterday.
I know about that.
Yeah, a young man got stabbed. They call him Akil.
I'm living Thomas High Street, you know.
Okay, but I saw
Success Village, so that is not by my side.
Oh, okay, but because I saw it in the news today, where a young man got stabbed in front of Success Lavantil, and they said that he got stabbed, but he was fatally stabbed and got murdered right there.
Okay.
All right then. Thanks for calling.
No problem, Pastor Google. Have a good night.
Same to you. Bye bye. Yeah, man.
Tell her I say thanks a lot. I remember because that was the lady who carried the slaves through the bush up north. Up north.
Yep. Harriet Tubman.
The names. I apologize. And ma'am, thank you very, very much. I apologize, but thank you very, very much. I saw the movies. But thanks a lot. I appreciate. I really, really do appreciate.
So those slaves that were in Georgia, those slaves that she would have freed and went up to Georgia.
Yes.
Those are the slaves that came to Trinidad.
Yeah. But this lady carried these slaves up through the bushes and into. God, I can't remember the other part of another state.
Yeah.
But ma'am, thank you very, very much. Yes, you are quite correct. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man.
Okay.
All right. So Trinidad and Tobago here, so I have to leave it here. But I say good night. Well, good morning. Yeah, we saying good morning now, you know. We went straight to 12 after 12, boy. Wow. Thank you all very, very much for being with me. And I pray that you all did enjoy the program. You know what I mean? And put your thumbs up if you enjoy the program. Just type it. Just press on YouTube like. And we continue to. We are on a ban. If you don't know, not letting you know now, the reason why you cannot comment on YouTube is because we have a ban. Somebody put something stupid in the chat and we are now on a ban.
Have you heard there's a movement calling for reparations from Europe for chattel slavery in the Caribbean? And we're looking to get your support by signing in solidarity. Because reparations have already been paid, just to the wrong people. Did you know at emancipation, the UK paid the modern equivalent of 2.1 billion to enslavers for the loss of property? This debt wasn't repaid until 2015. Yet still nothing has been provided for Caribbean people still struggling with the impacts of slavery and colonialism. Take for example the public health crisis in the Caribbean, which has the highest rates of diabetes and hypertension in the world because of the high sugar and salt diets fed to enslaved populations for generations. Reparations, when managed accountably, means funding for projects not only in health, but education, technology, culture, and psychosocial services to repair these legacies of colonialism. It's about justice and a fair chance at development. So click the link below to join the thousands of Caribbean people demanding justice and reparations from European governments and institutions.
The information provided by the speakers and/or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.